Ellen would say that it is like a wrong house theory because the gem dealers were next door as well, and
It could have been the wrong house, and by the time they figured it out, she had already passed, right? So they had to abort. They had to abort the next door neighbor's house and escape with Nancy because now there's DNA there. That's a theory. I mean, it's as good as any other theory.
But in my
you
opinion,
just
like if that's really the case, because it almost seems like family knows what happened. Like if that was the case, they would have no idea of anything and they would be fighting to find their mother. I would hope so, but who
It doesn't
knows?
seem like they're doing a whole lot of searching for their mother. I mean, they couldn't even afford to pay 30 grand or half a Bitcoin to that guy that was ready to turn the kidnappers in.
well, that might be because I think they know a lot more than we know,
Yeah,
obviously, and so
I think
for
they had.
whatever reason, if you remember, can we want Nancy back so we can celebrate her? Remember, I think
Yes,
Savannah used that word.
because
And
they knew
words,
she had
yeah,
passed.
something to think about.
The celebration of life.
Yep.
Taking
That is a
the weed.
disrespectful man who drove to RN's house with a pew pew in his car. Get the hell out of here. If I was a mod, I'd probably boot you. I pack wherever I go. It's called concealed carry, and I have a license to do it. So get the hell out of here, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Mel,
And the
Lisa,
branch was in crap
Mel.
with a Nesca. In
All
other words,
right, we're gonna
he seemed
watch
prepared
his
for
map.
everything except that.
All
That
right.
kind of lends to the fact that he wasn't ready for that house's front steps. I don't know. I like the idea of let's explore that a bit more. So the first thing that I thought of, Tony, when you said it is like, all right, let's look at the background and people that surround her that are very close proximity. Does any one of those have any known crypto? What's their net worth? So I'd actually be looking a little bit more at that. And also, so here's what I don't know if they're doing this. They should have been doing this if they're not. I'd also then be doing at least 1 degree of separation from all her neighbors as well, because that's one way you can flush this out is like, all right, so let's look at all their gardeners. Let's look at all their pool people. Let's look at all.
That's a good point. We never even thought about that. I mean, obviously, we checked Nancy, or they checked Nancy's gardeners, everybody, but like the neighbor had gardeners. Every neighbor has their own pest guy, their own pool guy. So I mean, that's a lot of things to look up and find, don't you think?
Yeah.
All these
Yeah.
other people 1 degree separation, because if you got no more leads here, we can just expand that concentric circle out to the surrounding homes and see if any of that fits.
I guess my question would be, what kind of investigative reach do they have to take a look at neighbors, if they have crypto or if they have something like this where it would fit the wrench attack theory, but the person went to the damn wrong house. I'm sorry, anybody in that neighborhood. I'm in no way trying to insinuate that you had anything to do with this whatsoever. I'm just trying to think about, was someone else the intended target here? And if they were, that might be a little concerning too. if someone else was taken and you were the intended target originally, that means they're still out there and so are you. So that would be a bit of a concern, I think, to anybody in the neighborhood if they went to the wrong person.
I don't think it'd be too hard to do it because, all the neighbors have been pretty compliant. You just do a very structured interview of the information you're trying to flesh out during that. What do you think, Jen?
Well, I agree with that. And I agree that they know whether.
Shout out Jennifer Coffindaffer. She actually has been sticking up for YouTubers. I mean, she's not.
She is a YouTuber.
No, but like, she's like, if it wasn't for, she even said she doesn't consider herself a technical, like a YouTuber. She's like a little above us, I think, in her mind.
I don't think anybody's above anybody myself, personally.
No, I'm just,
A lot of people think they're above other people, but.
Well, she's smarter and definite on a lot of subjects.
Smarter on the FBI side of things, for sure.
So, Misty, are you a Jennifer Coffindaffer fan?
I've not really heard her very much. Is she the one that went on JLR's show late at night? And well, I'm not gonna say anything about that, but no, I'm not. I'll just say no. I'm not.
Misty, do you have a
Okay.
channel?
I do not have a channel. I just
Okay.
support you guys.
All right.
Whether Savannah has crypto or not.
Mm-hmm.
They knew that on, day 2. Somehow Certic
I bet Savannah has crypto. I mean, if she's smart and she has all that money, somebody told her to get into crypto at some point. I guarantee she has crypto.
I had a friend that got me into crypto years ago, and I bought a bunch of XRP really cheap, and like a couple of years ago, it went up to like I don't know, a lot. I made a lot of money, but
Yeah, I had some of that for a while, but anyway, the crypto thing is just so weird because that would also, man, then you're opening the door that whoever did this was actually doing it for financial gain
I think
versus revenge.
I think it's more about revenge than money, because otherwise, why didn't they leave a note at the house demanding money that like every other kidnapper would?
Yep, I
It
agree.
doesn't make any sense to wait a bunch of days and then put, go to TMZ or wherever the hell they did and email an anonymous tip to demand a ransom and give a wallet address that just,
Yeah,
no, it may
it doesn't fit the pattern.
right. It's kind of performative if you ask me.
Yeah.
That's where I get to
Good point on that
Certicay.
too. Yep.
What do we know? Do we know anything more about the Certicay and their report that they released that lists Nancy in there as being a wrench attack more than we did last week? Jen, have you found anything else out about how they got to that conclusion?
No, not anything more, but just I find it very interesting their nexus with other FBI investigations and the fact that they are able to really dial down on blockchains. And in other words, blockchains that connect to other wallets that are suspicious. That's what they do. It's really interesting. It's like a white collar crime squad. What does a white collar crime squad do? It analyzes different information it has regarding transactions that call the attention different offices, right? And then that comes into the bureau. So that's how I see Certicay too, is actually giving information to the bureau. We know they do on different crypto security issues.
So had this kidnapping gone right, what would we have been looking at differently? What would have happened next that didn't happen here?
Oh, I love that question. I mean, what we're looking at is the fact that they could have given some sort of proof of life. And actually, maybe the Guthries would have paid.
Whoops. I hit the wrong button. Dang it. Sorry about that.
And they are paid, for instance, there's other ransoms that involve Bitcoin that don't have to do with life, but rather have to do with restorative information, right? Information that that they've got that companies want back, that they extort money from them, right?
So then what? Yes. So then what kept it from? So what kept it from happening then? So if a lot of these things don't require a sign of life, and Nancy had the money, and they even said that they were willing to just retrieve her body, what kept everyone then from pulling the trigger if everyone thought this was legit?
You know what I think? I truly believe that the FBI would have said, don't do it without proof of life. And even though they always say it's a suggestion, we suggest this is what we've seen. We don't want to feed kidnappers and we don't want to do that. And you don't have proof of life, blah, blah, blah.
And that was the big thing for so long is remember, we need proof of life. I think that went on for like a week. We're waiting.
Yeah,
And
and she completely got off track of, let me ask you this question. It was a simple question, and she went on and on. You might have to play it back, but
yeah. You want me to rewind it, you said?
yeah, when she's asked, if this was simply a mistake and a kidnapping,
Okay.
and then she gets into the Bitcoin and all that stuff.
All right. Let's see if we can.
We made a suggestion to a civilian about what they should or shouldn't do, and they didn't say, forget that.
Sure.
I'm going to do what I want. So I think that's why it wasn't done.
But what about now?
Well, now she's obviously, well, not obviously, it's a big possibility that she's gone. They still have those numbers, but has communication been lost other than that Bitcoin wallet? I don't think they're willing to risk it. I've always said, tickle the wire, send a significant amount, whether that's
Yeah.
100, 200,000, throw out some bait here. No one will do it. If they have done it, we don't know about it. And we would, because TMZ has the Bitcoin wallet number.
And then I did hear that Harvey, he put $300 in there. Did you guys hear about that or what? Like this
Yes.
was like, okay.
I remember that they said they had activity in it.
And that's where so much stuff was happening those first 2 weeks. And then February 10th is when that first raid happened. Right. And then February.
Raid on Luke Daly was February. It was Friday the 13th.
Yeah. But the first one was Carlos.
Rio Rico. Yeah.
That was on the 10th.
Yeah.
And then the 13th was Luke.
Luke.
And then we haven't had anything.
I remember that night, 2 people lost their lives in hit and runs. That
What?
same night, 2 people lost their lives in hit and runs in
Yeah.
in that
I
area
remember.
as they were doing the Luke situation.
Oh my
That, I
God.
mean, we are the top 2%, 5% of traffic accidents, pedestrian in America. We have horrible. It's like a daily, weekly thing. I hate to say it's sad.
Was it a simple accident or was it officers trying to get to Luke's house?
I think just a simple accident, but that was the one that Dolly ended up showing up to.
he ran up on that and saw we didn't want to see.
Oh God.
It affected him pretty badly.
Yeah.
Listen.
All right, so we're gonna Maheen, is everything okay? She says, stop this video, stop this. What's going on, Maheen? We're gonna keep playing it, but let me know what's going on. Why don't you like this video? I think I like Jennifer Coffendaver because she has so much experience, and these other two I really haven't, followed, but seems to be nailing it. If this was the case that it was a wrong house, it's just the most simple thing. I mean, these people. So that's still one of my top theories.
Do you
Yes.
think I'm all about just poking it, and to get a stick and just poke the bear, see what it does. What would it take? I don't think it would take much for someone to say, either Nancy or law enforcement, someone say, hey, all right, we've given up. We're ready to just pay some money. Is this good? I mean, if they've communicated through TMZ before, why not keep going? I mean, do you think that these people have given up on this and moved on? Or, I mean, just it's the lack of continued action on their part, which makes every element of this a little skeptical to me, because if they wanted money so bad and they went through this effort, get it. Just do something to get it then. Or do they just typically move on?
Well, have they stopped? I keep saying there is
Right, we don't
no
know.
facts that those other approximately 6 messages that TMZ got. And if you listen to TMZ, they think that they're related. That's
Mhm.
what that they think it's related. Look, it's the exact same modus operandi, right? Nobody else is going in there because they know they can do it without getting caught, at least so far.
What I was surprised by early on was these messages going to the air. I mean, I know they didn't read them verbatim, but they were like, "We got these messages," and the fact that
Yeah, that is weird. Is like, if this isn't part of an investigation and they won't tell us anything right now, obviously they're so, why would they tell us every single ransom note that came in. Like to me, like why would they? I mean, I know they were sent to TMZ and they got a big mouth, but if TMZ really wanted to respect the investigation, they keep things quiet on something like that.
Yeah.
Why?
Hey, I hate to interrupt, but what you got an email 857?
857live@gmail.
All right. Thanks. You'll have mine when I send you one. Yeah, I agree. I mean, 85. I was always wondering if TMZ didn't send themselves a couple of those letters. Just
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I've heard of people that was a big thing. Is it just nothing was adding up, and then, but then it got more real because Savannah actually started responding to them, like she was talking to directly to them, like it was,
Yeah.
and then
After
I
that,
mean,
I think it
not
was.
to make it weirder, but she included Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Let's talk to her. You'll see.
And
That-
for anyone just know, I guess she included some, I guess it was a line in the movie from
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs in one of her
Yeah.
ransom notes. Is that, I mean,
Lady, just talk to her. You'll see. That was the line.
That
really?
is so fucking weird because you know how Annie has these.
Yes. Oracular poetry stuff. And she has
So
power.
weird.
Well, there was the one she wrote this big long thing, and we did a live reaction online, and she kept using the word key. Do you remember that key?
Key.
Yeah.
KEY.
Yeah, like key, like put a key in the door. And she used that word like 3 or 4 times in this, and so people were thinking that this is how weird it's getting, that it was some sort of clue that maybe the suspect had a key and is giving a clue to look for the key. Look for why. Go read the that letter she wrote. I can't read. I'm so jumbled with dates, but if
Yeah.
somebody in the chat has that, yeah,
I
there we
feel
go.
it's her like dark poetry,
Yeah.
and she thinks that nobody is going to figure it out.
She said
And
3
just
key
even
times.
the card that she left was a little weird.
That's that's missing now too. That's the other thing. Somebody stole the card.
Chris McDonough made a little video on that.
But I did a post about the card because I went and took a picture of it, because it was like an artist, and then on the back was the artist's name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that the poetry in that card and the handwriting,
Oh,
it
was
wasn't the
handwritten?
best. The inside the card, yeah, she wrote this big long thing inside Annie's card.
Oh my
Annie.
gosh. Every handwriting you got to save. Of course, y'all can't get to
I had
it,
to take a
but
picture of the inside.
no, there's analysts that can look at handwriting and say, hey, yeah, this is her
Yeah.
handwriting. This is his handwriting. No, it doesn't match to either of their handwriting. There are
That's a
people that
good
can
point.
do that.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I can.
Okay, I just got a call. Sometimes it kicks me off. All right, we're gonna get back to this. If
All right.
somebody wants to come on the panel,
Could have been 2 paths of how that got
I'll
that
put
way.
the link.
Number one, they got the messages and they went to the air. Nothing in between. Like, we're going to get this. Of course, we're going to let the FBI know, but we're going to get this out before they tell us not to. But they did it several times over. What I'm surprised by in that sort of a situation is, do you think the FBI advised TMZ or anything and said, look, if you get more, don't talk about it. Just, because this happens in media organizations. Authorities do sometimes contact the organization that's reporting and saying, look, we know this is a back and forth with you. Shut up. Our goal here is to find this person. And in a case like this, I would think most entities would be like, I hear you. Okay, whatever I can do to help you in this thing. It's not, obstructing the investigation, and you have to have your journalistic ethics here of, do I report this? Do I not? I would think most would say, okay, let's not report this unless the FBI's thought was this helps the case by putting this out there. I don't know. Do you think the FBI said when these letters came in, stop reporting about it? I know some of the TV stations didn't run with letters they got.
I think the FBI would have said, don't report this. Don't say anything.
Yeah.
They don't.
You think they
want-
thought to say that? I'm wondering, like, if there was like not the right oversight there of like, tell them to stop doing this.
Well, we saw in Acton, the 2 initial statements, the local stations didn't say anything. And I think that's in large part why TMZ was reached out to by this same group 12 hours later.
Okay.
You know, they sent these letters, and that to me, and Robin, I really want to hear your take on this, because that to me shows a level of wanting to really hurt the Guthrie family, embarrass the Guthrie family, have this out there that it's not paid. And are they sophisticated enough to know the Bureau would say this? And so this is humiliation, or are they using this as a pressure? Look, it's out there, millions and millions, everybody's seeing this, so it's time to pay.
Yeah, so it makes sense if the local stations weren't responding to their initial
And here's the point with that local station getting that letter, ransom. You have to know KOLD. I bet anybody who doesn't live in Tucson, have you ever heard of KOLD News?
Not before this case, no.
Right.
Me
So
either.
tell me why the suspect would be from any other area but Tucson.
I think he's from Tucson. All 3 of them.
Right. And that's the thing, is I've tried to like point people out who it could be as far as different groups that operate without putting myself in
Arms
in
way.
danger but I'm trying to help the authorities by saying, look, we all know who operates in the city and who are these groups. And so I'm hoping that maybe they're watching a certain group, right? If you're sending a letter to KOLD, it's got to be local.
Are you talking about gangs or what?
Gangs, it could be young cliques, like not even a big gang, just like a bunch of kids that went to high school and maybe
Bunch of
You
idiot
know.
criminals together?
they watched something, somebody had a good idea about, because they heard about people doing this in another state, and they came up with their own idea. But anyway, we got Bad Mama. We're gonna bring Bad Mama to the stage. Let's welcome in Bad Mama.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up,
Good,
Bad
good. How you doing?
Oh, I look exactly like that. That's one of those fun little Facebook games that comes up.
I love it.
You look beautiful.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. I just had just because I'm on a lot of these, the Bad Mama comes from back when I got my first years ago flip phone. My son figured out how to change where it said Verizon on the cover. He put his name, and I said, put Big Mama, because I always wanted to be. My grandmother was called Big Mama, and I wanted to be Big Mama. And he's like, no, I'm going to put Bad Mama.
Bad
So
Mama.
that kind of stuck.
That is sweet. That's a sweet story.
Awesome.
So that's a little about me. But I just had a comment about the whole thing of them going to the local stations. I do think, like you said, it's a real indication they're local. That's what they watch. That's who they want to know what's going on. And I don't really think they did it for publicity. I think they just knew that those tip lines could not be traced. And I'm thinking about it. How did they know that they got the message or that they told the family if they don't broadcast it and talk about it? And since neither one of the local stations said anything, they went to MTV because they'll blab everything. The only possibility, I think, I don't know if on the Bitcoin, if there's a way to message back and forth on there, but I'm just thinking they needed the station to at least report it to know that it got through, you know. And it not necessarily meaning I want attention, I want this to hurt the family more. It's just that's how it works.
Yeah, it's just it's so interesting because we need to know what the authorities think. And the authorities at the beginning of this investigation, they acted like it was real. And they haven't confirmed or denied it since then. So you would think the public has the right to know something at some point so we know if we're safe. Is the neighborhood safe? Is this an international thing? You know, so the Bitcoin just adds some weirdness to it because it's only a certain type of person that uses Bitcoin, right? I bet 95% of the world, maybe even like 99% doesn't. There's only like 1%.
Yeah.
So
I
I
only
don't
got
know what.
because a
Yeah,
friend
and
of mine,
exactly, Bad Mama, I love what you had to say.
Yes.
Thank you. That's been on my mind for a while, and I've put it in a chat different places, but you know, there's so much in the chat, people don't see it.
yeah.
But there might have been and they keep saying, you know, the FBI, like they did not follow the rules. They're not negotiating. They made it very clear from the first message. This is the only message you're going to get. It's not a negotiation. They're not going to risk getting caught that way.
But
They're not stupid.
They did send
Right.
us other messages, though.
I know. And I was really surprised when that second one came out. And I didn't believe that it was saying that Nancy was dead, but now I think it is. And I think that might have been the only reason they did it, but I don't think it was any further negotiation. It was just,
You remember when they said that one letter said, time is of the essence, and I want a half a Bitcoin, and I saw Nancy here in Mexico. I know who kidnapped her, and for half a Bitcoin, I will tell you who they are and where they're at, and then you pay me the other half when you see that I'm telling the truth. And he said, time is of the essence. And then the next day, I think he said, well, time is no longer of the essence, which means she passed away.
yeah,
That's
that's the guy that's basically the rat. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the original. They said there was only going to be one message. They did send a second one, but it wasn't to open up a negotiation, you know.
Who was the first one that called him the rat? Is that Richard?
Might have been Jen.
But
I watch Jen a lot. I get mad at her a lot, but she's pretty good. I don't always agree with her.
I don't always agree with anybody on everything, but I always love to see all different opinions, because sometimes, it was Richard, because sometimes, you know, it's something you haven't thought of, you know.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about it and your
TMZ?
gut is telling you something that happened,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the girl right here, right now, the woman, I'm 40 years old, and I will tell you, your gut speaks to you.
Amen, Misty.
Always follow your gut and never stray.
I feel like that second guy that sent, you know, like 6 more. I feel like he really knew something.
I think the guy that was asking for the half a Bitcoin knew something.
Yeah, that one.
They totally blew it by not engaging with that guy and giving them the paltry sum of 30 grand compared to her 40 million worth, right? I'd have done it in a heartbeat if that was my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
There's one piece of information that hadn't been mentioned much that made me believe that first letter was real. And I did from the beginning when they said the location of the Apple Watch.
Mhm.
I assumed it wasn't on the nightstand. Everybody was saying, oh, that tells you nothing. Everybody puts their Apple Watch on the nightstand. Well, 2 or 3 weeks ago, Brian Enton did a show on the CW, and it doesn't get put to YouTube where you can find it. And there was an interview with one of the local news ladies there in Tucson, and she gave a little more detail. She said the unusual location of the Apple Watch. So I think, like, I was thinking myself, if I wanted to prove something to him, I'd stick it in the microwave or something where, nobody's going to guess that that's what I did.
Right.
So when she said that, the unusual, that's the first time I'd heard that wording. To me, that if it's really unusual, that would be enough to convince me. Maybe not that Nancy was alive, but that it was real. And
I think they've got video from inside the house.
I do too.
Wi-Fi, a lot of people don't know this, but with Wi-Fi signal, you can actually map who is in the house, how many people are in the house, which direction they're walking, and all of that kind of stuff, just from the Wi-Fi signal that's being broadcast through your house. You can see the
Yeah.
density of the walls, you can see the density of a person or, furniture or anything. So, I mean, if they even just use that, they would find out a lot. They'd know how many people were in the house and all that stuff. That's what makes me think they got a video in the house, is because Savannah said my mother was taken from her bed with no shoes in her pajamas. That's very particular.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's
Um,
where sometimes they say those things and you never know if like he said she was taking her from her bed. And then they go back and they're kind of like, well, we meant that like, as an example, but was she actually taken from her bed? So it's all, it's like all how they phrase it.
We
But
didn't know if Nancy wasn't up journaling or something at that hour. Hey, Turtle Gang.
yeah, so somebody was asking about the TMZ because I got a text like right after the day that I got arrested. They sent me a text. TMZ. Did you guys read that?
No.
Oh, you didn't hear. So yeah, they wanted to interview me and then they backed out.
I wonder what made them back out.
I'll read you the text.
All right.
But they didn't tell me. But I'll just tell you what I responded and then what they responded.
All right.
And then yeah, I put the link if anyone wants to come in and
Chat with us.
Yeah, I can drop out if anybody wants to come in.
Yeah, I can drop out too. I just wanted to make that comment about the notes, or you calling the messaging to the stations instead of doing an email or something.
They did actually. They went on TMZ's, or they did a tip line like in a web browser, like a tip line. Like Sleuth Intuition has one of those where he has a website and he says tips or whatever. You fill out a form on the website and you send it, but it's not your own email. It goes to his email box, but it's not from your email, so it's anonymous. That's how they sent some of those in on a web format. So like if you go to the FBI and you do an anonymous tip, you just fill it out on their web page and send it, but you don't have to do anything other than that.
Yeah, I think they said it asks you to give an email address, but you can make up anything and put in there,
Exactly. And they still get it, the message. They messed up from day one. Many variables at this point. FBI forensics needed to be there. I agree, JJ Booker 65. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why I can't find this email.
you said it was a text.
Yeah, but I mean, text, but I posted it up to my ex, and now for whatever reason I can't find it. It's not that big of a deal. I just said I'd be happy to talk to them about my First Amendment rights being violated.
And then they did, no way, we don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's
No,
okay.
They disappeared.
My
I'm
boss.
looking at your post. I'm looking at your post right here. Porch guy and Bitcoin guy 100% connected. Is that the one? Or is it that not the one?
No, it's not. I'll find it, but we'll get back to this video. And yeah, any final thoughts? We got someone in the queue, Turtle Gang. I got Turtle Gang on. Thank you, Turtle Gang. I guess that's from Dolly's channel. I think that's.
I saw his sister.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Dolly's sister.
She's awesome.
Bad.
I met her in Las Vegas at the Crime Con. She's really cool.
Awesome.
Dan, drop me out anytime you need more room.
Me too.
Everybody likes you coming in here. I think we'll just, Mabs, obviously you guys are staples in the community. Bad Mama came into and so Bad Mama,
Love
any
Bad
final comments before you head out?
No, I think that's it for me tonight.
Everybody's saying they love your voice. It's so calming. You're very your voice is very calming, people are saying.
And you're very intelligent.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's sweet.
Calming,
Yeah.
intelligent, and beautiful.
Yeah.
Come back again.
Oh, I will.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
So yeah, we got this we got Bruce that wants to come back in here maybe to clear up something. We'll bring you on here in just a minute. I want to get back to this, at least this interview with I like talking or hearing from the experts as much as I like hearing from the people, because these guys are, been doing it, so it's just good to hear what they're saying.
I'd like
Reach
to hear,
out
you gotta get both sides.
Then
Or all
they
sides.
they escalated to national level. So I'm more on the crypto wrench side of these things than any retribution against Savannah or Nancy, only because of the lack of leakage prior and after. If it's going to be anything, it's because again they're going for something in that house, and it just doesn't really fit behavior for retribution for me in any way.
Yeah.
But again, everything can fall off. But it makes sense that they would then escalate the TMZ, even though the probability of them doing this methodology and not going straight to the family is not the way it typically goes either. Because proof of life, I looked at the stat again, just reiterating, we've done it all before, it's like 95% of the time there's always proof of life provided on the immediate ransom, which they couldn't do. Well, we assume they couldn't do. Something went sideways.
Jen, if they were to suddenly take the Bitcoin wallet that is sitting there that no one has accessed, that has a couple hundred something sitting in it, what if they were to take that, put like $100,000 in it, and it were to be withdrawn? How quickly could they determine who withdrew that and where it went to and where that person was, if they were to try this little experiment out?
Because they can track it down, right?
Well, listen. Now, this is how I understand the Bitcoin stuff. So if I had, and I got like 6 different Bitcoin accessible accounts, like Robinhood, Coinbase, Edge. There's a bunch of different ones. And I have a bunch of different accounts.
But this video right now, is it talking about Bitcoin?
Yeah. She's asking how they trace it. Well, if I sent from Edge my one Bitcoin account, I could send it to my other Bitcoin account, quickly send it to my other one, then my other one, then my other one, and then cash it out at a bank in Switzerland within like a very short amount of time. And then, somewhere where there's no extradition or something like that. It's not that hard to do if you know what you're doing. So by the time they caught up with the guy, he would be gone with the money.
Yeah, that makes sense. Switched it, transferred it to multiple people, and then it's lost, right?
Yeah, you could transfer it to 30 different people in one day.
Yeah.
100% depends on how they withdrew it. Did it go to another wallet and then to
Yeah.
another wallet and then to another wallet and
Huh.
then out? And how did it get out? Remember, it has to go out either to be converted to francs or US dollars or, you know, whatever the currency is. But it can't stay in Bitcoin. It could stay in Bitcoin because Home Depot takes it and various.
I think they should have tried and put in 100 grand just to see what happened to the money. Maybe it would have been worth the try. I
A lot
think.
of people don't know this, but there are Bitcoin ATMs.
Yeah, we have them here.
Yeah, you can just cash
But
out.
again, if Bitcoin or not, that can be tracked.
They can, but it's not like a bank account. I mean, it does end up having to be taken out of a bank account, but it depends on what bank account and where is the bank account, and did I steal somebody's identity to create that bank account? If I did, it's a safe bank account for me to work with my Bitcoin, because by the time they catch up with it, they're going to be going after somebody that I stole their identity from.
So this is like an online
Yeah.
type of thing. But you've got to, whose bank account is it going to though?
I could get a phony ID and a phony everything.
Okay. Okay. Well, they
Okay.
can track that back. Where did it go to?
I'm going to go
Where
get
did
my
it go to?
account in somebody else's name. Then I'm going to transfer all my Bitcoin and stuff into that bank account with somebody else's name. And then I'm going to withdraw it. And then they're going to look at the guy who isn't really associated with that bank account, and I'm gone with the money.
Yeah.
But that can be
So they
tracked. Where
eventually
did that
they
money
could
go?
track it. I think they could
Bitcoin?
track it.
The bank account, it went from wallet to wallet to wallet to wallet to wallet into the bank and then out.
And it can all be tracked. It can all be tracked.
Yeah, eventually, but it takes a long time. It's not like they can push a button and say, and blockchains, every single transaction is part of a blockchain, which is like gazillion numbers and letters. And I mean, it's not.
Well,
easy.
now with AI, they could possibly.
They can do it with AI, but still, it's
Yeah.
gonna take a long time.
Oh no,
And
it's
by the time they caught up with me, I'd be gone.
yeah. And the thing is if it's an organized group, they have same thing with the illicit drugs. They have ways that they can
And
make
you know
money
how,
disappear quick.
people in Mexico send money back and forth from these little mom and pop shops. The kind of, I don't know if I should say the word on terror people do that, transfer money that way too. They go to like some mom and pop shop, and then they have like a direct connection to a place in Mexico where they send the money that they earn to keep their people in Mexico paid for. And you can send a lot of money through those places, and they're not really that traceable either. It would not be tracked immediately. I agree.
All right, let's hear what they have to say. They're going to break it down for us.
Restaurants now and everything, but that kind of money, you're going to want to have it more liquid. So to your question, it can possibly be traced, but it could be difficult depending on how it is finally makes it into currency. There could be so many steps.
Sure.
But like I said before, currency is hard to trace too.
Yeah.
You don't not do something because it's going to be difficult. That's how I.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that to be difficult, but is it? I guess is it feasible? Is it even possible, or is there a clear out that whoever is playing with the money knows a way that, oh, you think you're being smart here. Let me transfer it to this wallet. Let me
Sure.
break it down into 40 more wallets. Let me break
Yep.
all that down into 40 more wallets. And then we'll just kind of distribute it this way and that way. And eventually it will come out. And I mean, it's a lot of following the money, probably to a point where you can't follow the money. I wonder, I'm not super versed in how all that world works other than what I'm kind of learning here. But it's not.
Right, that's what we were explaining. It can be broken down.
Mhm.
Some people, and I mean, there's a small percentage that thinks that this could be an international group.
Mhm.
Army vet probably knows. I heard him talking in a chat
Oh,
earlier.
I heard him over on Patriot Prides.
Yeah, and I think so this could be, something where it's kind of like, yeah, we took her kind of a thing. And there's lots of secret things. I mean, I kind of brought up, and this is just a complete wild speculation that Savannah works for the CIA. I mean, I don't have any proof, but it's just like,
Well, let's look at
she's pretty well up there in the scheme of our government and the political.
yeah, you know about Anderson Cooper, right? He's part
No.
of the CIA. He's part of the CIA.
It doesn't surprise me because but and I don't want to get off
Right.
track, but
But
that's
it's possible.
kinda,
Absolutely.
yep. So it could be, but here's what would help is if,
Especially
Yeah.
with her husband's position and what he does and did.
and maybe they don't want us to know that it was that kind of an attack because it would freak everybody out, right? And a foreign country came and took a celebrity's mother, and she's a national talk host. So they know, and that's why they're not trying to show their cards on the NBC News, because that's showing the government that it actually had some effect, right? So they're
Right.
trying to play coy. It's so many wild theories that I don't know if anyone's thought of that theory, or I know people have, but maybe it's a small percentage.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna just watch this. Bruce, I'll bring you. All right, hopefully you're not in a hurry. We're gonna just watch this and I'll bring you on. Okay, Bruce? Bruce is back in the queue.
If you needed me to jump off anytime, let me know.
Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. It seems to be flowing good.
Is as clear cut as it would be of just putting $100 grand in that wallet, from what I'm hearing, and then waiting for someone to get a wild hair and think they're going to outsmart the system. There's probably ways to still outsmart the system. Even
Yeah,
with
so here's what I looked up over chatting. So wrench attacks hard to solve, 25 to 40% result in arrests only. But they can trace the lack of any arrests, recovered funds so far in Nancy case. And one reason why experts doubt it was some doubt it, but they can trace it to a certain extent, just like Jen was saying. But it's challenging. But again, 25 to 40% of the ones that are solved.
And Certitech,
fascinating.
okay, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the Bureau would not be doing this. This is not some agent sitting there.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely not.
This is Certitech, which is what their experts do every day. They're subject matter experts.
So there's a reason they're saying this. We just don't know the exact reason yet. But it seems to be this. Would you call this the strongest lead that's come out of this case so far? Seeing, I mean, at least from a digestible point of those of us on the outside trying to figure this thing out. Would this be the strongest thing that you've seen for a signal coming out of this case?
Well, yeah, I definitely went to paper on that a while back. So I'm sort of stuck with it now, no matter how it turns out. But I mean, that is our strongest signal. That's without a doubt the strongest lead we in the public have, not being able to see the entirety of the case. Certitech is putting their reputation on the line. Could it be all just for some sort of, publicity? Maybe. I got to tell you, I am working on a couple of things in the background with that. More to come.
There's your tease. There's
Yeah.
the tease.
Teaser.
Now everyone sits on pins and
Jennifer Coffindaffer, if you guys follow her, she does a video like 5 days a week on Nancy Guthrie, an hour long, and she's got great chat. I go in there and chat. So
Yeah,
if you do,
I mean, I go in there sometimes, but I watch so many. I'm so interested in so many different things that it's almost
I just want to
impossible.
say that somebody's oven was going off. I hope everybody checks their oven right
I
now.
heard the beep, beep, beep. It might have been my microwave in the other room.
Okay.
okay. Well, we're gonna bring on Bruce real quick because he's been waiting, and then
All right.
I think he wants to clear something up. Maybe I don't know because there was something going on. I'm kind of out of the loop. Let me get the right thing here. There we go.
Hey, what's going on? Say hello to my granddaughter. Say hello.
Hey, hi.
How beautiful.
So this is my granddaughter. Her name is Ashley. And so no, I just wanted to come on and say that this is who I am. I'm not the guy Richard at all. You know, hey buddy, what's up? Just a second. So yeah, I just this is me.
There he is,
Yeah.
everybody.
You're a hard-working daddy, yeah. I see.
Somebody thought
Wanna
you
say
were
hi?
Richard.
There's Big Happy. No, Big Happy. Mr. What is it? Happy Boy.
Happy boy.
That's
just
his
a second, man.
nickname, Happy Boy.
Bruce.
He's in the Philippines.
Yeah,
Well,
what's up, man?
Somebody thought you were Richard.
Yeah, so earlier I went up to go sit with Justin, and Sweet came on and she said that my voice sounded like him, and I said I'm not him. I explained to her, you know, but she put in the chat that I was fake, and that I had a fake picture. I changed my name to fake. I'm fake, and I'm like, I've never even seen the guy. I've only heard
oh, man.
that one thing that was on Sleuth, and I only listened to a little bit. You know, I don't know the guy. All right,
Wait,
and
can
it's
you walk for us? Are you sure we need you to walk for us? No, I'm just kidding.
but no, I'm not gonna do all that. But no, I just wanted to come on. Like, I don't want no problems with anybody. Like,
Okay.
I'm just a happy guy. I'm not like out here to, you know. But yeah, like when you're literally slandering me in a chat, which, you know, is totally wrong. Yeah, I got defensive because it's just like she wouldn't listen to me. Like, I'm not going to sit here and give all my personal information out here, and, you know, so I can keep getting screwed with and messed with. It's just not right. I don't want to have a problem with her or nobody. Man, I love you
Okay.
all. I came out here
Well,
because
we're not, yeah.
I know
I
the
appreciate it.
Constitution and stuff.
All right, Bruce, you no one's leave Bruce alone, everybody. He's not Richard Nolet. He's in the Philippines, in the paradise of the Philippines. So
Yeah, I'm in
everybody,
paradise. Why would I?
well, Bruce, thanks for coming back to clear up that, and give those kids a hug from us. Those
Yes, I
beautiful
love you, Bruce.
granddaughter.
I love you guys. Thanks.
Have a good night.
Beautiful
All
children.
right, leave Bruce alone. Bruce is not Richard Nolet.
I mean, Richard only lives 14 minutes away from me.
Yeah, well, Bruce lives in the Philippines, so it's,
He's pretty far from Richard.
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Everybody give
I think
everybody the
Richard's
benefit
normal.
of the doubt. So everybody, Bruce, great guy. They call him what do they call him? Keep forgetting. Happy Boy. They call him Happy Boy in the Philippines.
I don't know.
Richard
Does
is
he
So-
eat right now? Or?
the world of his criminal activities. How in the hell do you know any of this, Blue 777?
So how did you come up with MAB? What does MAB stand for?
Most awesome bitchin' dude. No,
Nice.
I'm just kidding. It's my initials.
Okay. And what got you to start the channel?
I was trying. I started the channel for pet inventions back in 2014.
Oh,
And
nice.
I wanted to win Turtle Island, so they asked me if I had a channel. I said, "Yeah, I do have a channel." And I changed it to True Crime and deleted all the invention stuff.
Oh,
I wanted to win Turtle Island on season 2, so I've been trying since season 2 to win. And then last season, I finally won. And it was like, now what do I do? So I decided to
Nice.
start taking it seriously. And that's
So
Hey,
do
like,
Matt,
you,
tell your friends to come in and talk.
they're talking.
yep.
I
So
can't hear them.
do you win like
You mean like,
Dolly's Corvette if you win?
no, I got like a cash prize and a belt that's up here. I got a belt, a big belt like wrestling guy would wear or something.
Well, it sounds, and that's the cool thing is
Oh, so your friends
obviously,
can't call in.
yeah.
It's all about giving viewership to new channels. And
Okay.
so there's like 35 or 40 different YouTubers on there. And you go back and forth, you vote people off after they get everybody on. And it's just,
Okay.
it's fun.
Well, I'll have to check it out. I've been
Yeah, it's
hearing
fun.
about it, and I like to see when people are like staying creative, right? Because obviously,
And now I'm the Turtle Gang. I'm not a kink. Turtle King. Turtle Gang's funny.
Needles waiting.
Yeah.
go ahead. So you're just back. You're in true crime now. Everybody,
Yeah.
go over and follow Mab.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off.
Okay,
All right.
Misty.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah,
And
come
thank
back.
you, Dan, for letting me be on here for so long.
Oh, everybody
You're
loves
sweet.
you. You're
And
always
we will talk
welcome.
about that Airbnb later.
All righty.
All right,
Have a
Miss.
good night.
Meeting you.
Love you guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right. So if anyone wants to come on to the panel, come on down. You're the next contestant.
Yeah.
Waiting for what you discover. Press subscribe so you don't miss any of it. I'm sure we'll be talking about it next week. Your thoughts in the comment section on Substack and YouTube. As we continue our conversation here, we're going to move over to another event of the week. Rex Heuermann.
Yeah.
Who he's going to marry to provide his cover, how he controlled his environment. And I still think.
All right, we're going to move on from this.
All right.
But there is the, I never found that article from TMZ, but I don't know. Maybe it got deleted somehow.
I'm on your Criminal Network channel on X right now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. It's either that or my eyes are just bad. So this is the other one. I was just came out, Police Off the Cuff. If you guys follow him, do you follow him?
Yeah, I do.
So here we're gonna jump into this one. I got a couple of these, and I like when they bring on the former FBI profilers just because they have a little bit of deeper insight.
That Ann Burgess lady, that old lady, she's
Yeah.
cool. And Gary Bricado, that little segment was awesome.
So we're just gonna react to this. I guess this woman is something. I guess she's some sort of FBI, and so I started to watch it, and I said, "Look, I'll put this on." So here we go. This is Police Off the Cuff. The title is "Former FBI Profiler Questions the Nancy Guthrie Case Narrative." Like the narrative they're trying to sell us, to me, is like it's like completely false. Like the whole narrative, and we don't know the real narrative because they're trying to maybe hide it from the suspects, like possible.
Or they may just be trying to hide it, period, from everybody.
Is the I call this person the offender. The offender's behavior as he's walking around the porch prior to going inside the residence, he doesn't seem nervous. He's walking at a comfortable pace. He doesn't appear agitated. He appears to be actually relaxed. So I think that's really important when you put it into this perspective. He is about ready to go into a home where he doesn't belong and kidnap the person inside the home.
No, we don't
This
know.
is how relaxed that he is. So I think that tells us something about not only his personality, but it certainly could also suggest that this person is comfortable in that neighborhood and maybe even comfortable having been in the home before, because it helps to have minimized his risk. And then the second thing that I think is really important is his outfit. His outfit seems to be something that he put together strategically to be able to make sure that he didn't deposit forensic evidence at the scene.
Mhm.
I just want to stop right there for a second. Who does this remind us of?
Brian Kohlberger.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly. How did Brian Kohlberger murder 4 people with a K-bar knife and only leave touch DNA on the button of the knife sheath? That's a question I have. This person took great precaution not to leave behind blood evidence, DNA evidence, or any evidence that could identify him. So going back or going to Mary Ellen O'Toole, this is an organized offender, meaning he's pretty smart. He owns a car. He's financially independent. He lives or in a house or an apartment close by. All of these are factors, and all of these are traits of a serial killer. And I'm not saying, I don't want to open up a Pandora's box. I'm not saying he's a serial killer. I'm saying he has the traits of one. And that whole thing, and she says it also, he's an organized offender. Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, Bill, when you see how the precautions he took, okay, he looked like he was bumbling and that sort of thing, and the gun almost practically fell out of his holster. It's the wrong holster for the wrong gun. But this person.
That's the first I heard of that it was the wrong holster for that. I mean, I thought most holsters fit. Huh?
Yeah, that holster was the wrong holster from the beginning.
Huh.
It's just it's a generic holster from Walmart. It's not like it's fitted to a certain.
No, it looks very generic.
Yeah, yellow. Who the hell has a yellow holster? I don't know.
How did you figure out it was yellow if it was black and white?
Good question.
To be
Wasn't
walking
me.
around, maybe bumbling, but he doesn't look like he's in a hurry. He doesn't look worried. I don't think this is this person's first criminal act. We talk about it.
And that's what I said last night is I don't think if this guy came from Mexico, he possibly worked for one of the cartel and he did kidnappings in Mexico.
Yeah.
He fled the country when our open border was come on in. And then now
You were there when Marcel was on here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you remember him. He knows a guy that just did kidnappings for a living.
That's what I'm saying. So to me, that's that. And I'm not thinking it's a cartel. It could be someone who worked for the cartel and they escaped. Some of them are not. They're like low-level cartel members, meaning
they're not bound to the cartel like the mafia. You're bound to the mafia.
No,
join them.
They're like real expendable. They're expendable. Yeah. They get little groups, and if they get threats, they have to leave town. And a lot of them left town and they came to America because they're like, look, I could stay here and fight it out, but it's not looking good. So they left, and they probably most likely the suspect did these kind of things in Mexico. In my opinion,
a lot of the people who come here from Mexico, they throw all of their identification away before they cross the border because they have a different identity when they're here. They choose a whole different identity. They throw all their papers at the border. You can find them all along the border, and they just come in here and make up a new name, and it's like Charlie Johnson or some shit. It was really Alejandro.
You better find out who told you that yellow. You're automatically, or you're gonna be the suspect.
Somebody colorized this thing, and that's probably where I got the yellow. It was a light color, like white or yellow, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't black.
I mean, I thought maybe just somebody saw it at Walmart that it was yellow, and they just said, "Here it is. It's yellow in Walmart." So
somewhere I got the idea that it was yellow, but I've never been to Tucson.
Great.
Just because I have a mask and a glove and the bite light and everything doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, right. You're not. Yeah.
An elder abuser. I would hope that by now they've gone through any sort of past elder abuse cases, elder assault cases in the county to see whether or not they can get an ID on anybody, if anybody of them has been arrested or if any of them have been solved. But yeah, when you talk about serial offender, like a serial killer, there's, serial rapists out there, serial kid, all kinds of serial children predators.
What's that?
Somebody in the chat said JLR went to Walmart and it was a yellow holster. That's probably where I got it from.
Okay.
And this person is probably done this a number of times before. They're very comfortable doing what they've done. They've done their homework. And as far as being bumbling, yeah, we all look at that video. We're like, yeah, he's bumbling around. But that's confidence, because that person is really prepared. They know they're not leaving anything behind. So it looks kind of silly, the way his actions, but this person is very comfortable. This person has done this before.
Absolutely. From the chat at God's Secretary Sherry. Question, do you think he could have thrown her over his shoulder and that's what caused her to cough up the blood? At God's Secretary Sherry, it's possible. It's a distinct possibility it could have happened. I can't. Look, I'm not a forensic expert.
The guy in the right top corner, he's giving big thumbs up to being tossed over. He when she said that, he's like, yep.
Aspiration blood was from close range. It was not from 7 or 5 or 6 feet away.
Yeah, but he seems to, for whatever reason.
I know certain things about forensic.
And sneezed or it was faked.
Well, somebody said they could have, or they could have been walking her out, and then she made a last stand effort to stop them at the door, and she fell to her knees. They could have picked her up, but we would have seen more blood, I think. But there was blood all the way out to the driveway. They just didn't.
Now, if you watch Chris McDonough's one of the last week's one, they followed the blood halfway to the wrought iron gate at the end of the walkway and made a left and started walking down there looking at the blood trail going off into the yard. So they never made it down by the driveway. I think they cut through and had a car waiting on the side. That was his big reveal about a week ago.
Oh yeah, I watched that one.
Evidence. And I don't think even an expert could tell you for sure that's how the blood fell there. Laura Kraft, does the panel think they taped or gagged Nancy to keep her quiet? Phil, your thoughts?
Oh, I would think that there probably would be something of that nature, but it's very hard to say. I don't think we can really put our finger on that and say, yes, she was gagged or something like that. But it does appear that this person did their homework to prepare for this. And as you pointed out, Billy, the gloves, the mask, the clothing, the backpack, all the different things that we see to prevent leaving evidence behind, DNA evidence or any type of evidence, fingerprints, anything of that nature. So they did their homework. They did prepare for this. They stood in that house for 40 minutes. That's a long period of time. And I guess anything is possible. As we said previously, what did we think was in the backpack? We would think it would be some type of a binding, perhaps a hood covering over the person's face to prevent them from identifying the perpetrators. And perhaps when he tries to block the camera, this is just a thought, maybe he was going to take his mask off at some point to go by the front door and try and get in. It's very unusual that he has a mask on and he's trying to block that camera. If you have a mask on, it's pretty clear that you're not going to be identified so easily. So that kind of sticks in my craw. Like, why did he do that? If he was familiar with the area, which we definitely think he reconned, there's the video of him on a previous occasion. Why would he try to block the camera? And then he winds up removing the camera. He didn't remove it right away, perhaps thought that would trigger an alarm and some type of response from a relative or from the police. So maybe that's the reason. But there's a lot of things that we can conjecture on here. There's a long period of time, and one of the things that I think is going to be key to this, and we talked about it previously, to solving this case, is going to be those videos of those vehicles. I think that's going to be key. It was key in the Kohlberger case. I think it's going to be key here as
Yeah, that's the thing is somebody said that geofencing, right? And
Yeah.
these people, they most likely had cell phones on them.
But the geofencing also includes cars, all kinds of electromagnetic emission. So the Gladiator software that the FBI uses can suck up all kinds of car GPS, phone GPS, Bluetooth, radio waves, ham radios, Wi-Fi jammers, all kinds of shit. So that's why I think they got a lot more than they're telling us, just based on the technology that I know that that is possible to have and use, unless they're just dumbasses. I mean, and if we're looking at nanos, that's a very good possibility.
Someone said, I thought someone from a gang in Mexico recognized and sent a pic in color with a gang signature carry method. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things that people think the way he was carrying the weapon.
Mexican carry, some people call it.
Yeah, it's definitely a clue. We just don't know. I think it leads to exactly that. Somebody who came over across the border, and so he won't be in CODIS. We don't even know who he is. He could have using a different name, so
Exactly.
it's a big
It's not that
point.
they've never committed crimes before, as they have never been. They've never been arrested for a crime in the United States. They could have been. Somebody could have been after them in Mexico for all kinds of crimes, but they come
Well,
here and they get a new.
Absolutely, folks. This Police Off the Cuff. If you're not
Exactly.
subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. Share us with your friends and family. Make
There we
lots of
go.
comments. It helps
Police
our
off the
algorithm.
cuff.
It helps our channel
Yeah.
to grow. And if we have two things, if you want to contribute to us financially, we have a Patreon with 4 different levels where you have a
All right, we're gonna fast forward a little. If you want to go watch this full video, go over to his channel. He's doing videos like every day, every other day, all about Nancy Guthrie. Welcome back, sweet dude Shibby.
Shibby.
So this is she looks like she knows that she's very like an expert of some sort. CBS News, the Daily Report.
Possibly preventing any kind of DNA from being released at the scene?
They do suggest that he was trying to keep forensic evidence from being deposited at the scene, both forensic evidence from possibly being cut, from fingerprints, or from even hairs falling off of his head.
And I know, I just need to let our viewers know, I know you said you were using the word offender. We obviously were sticking with what law enforcement said and calling this person the subject because they're not a suspect or person of interest yet. We see one person here, but we can't rule out.
No, you know something? He actually is an offender. He's sneaking into your.
Calling him an offender, a subject. Give me a break.
That was lame.
That was lame. This guy's got a mask on. He's got a backpack with a kill kit in it. He's got a freaking
vestibule of your home with a mask on.
Yep, makes no sense.
No.
That's the political correct stuff that the media does.
Exactly.
And they used to get away with it for like.
Yeah, not anymore.
A gun. He is an offender. He is a suspect. You could call him a person of interest. Oh, they're so sensitive on TV, aren't they? They're just so sensitive.
It's actually funny, Billy. It's actually
It's very funny. You know, if someone's showing up on your doorstep with a gun, armed with a gun, and wearing a mask, a backpack full of a home invasion kit, I think he's a suspect.
Well, it changes it significantly because
now that we have this image.
Well, it changes it significantly because now you've got the image of someone there right before the Nancy is taken outside the home. There right before the
What do you see back there? He's muted. You're muted, Dave 57.
Look at that photo. Now, do you see a car in the driveway?
Let me take a snip of that real quick. Hold on.
I never used to see it, but now my eyes are starting to remember how this driveway curves right now. Captain Kev already said no, no car, no car.
I haven't seen a car, but I just sniffed that thing, and I'm gonna
Right there. See where so this is the round driveway.
Hold on, man.
And-
Hold on. Let me just throw this into my pictures real quick. So I just snipped that picture, and here it is in my pictures. Oh shit! 1 second. All right. I'm back with you right now. Wait. All right. Where's the car? Back here?
Right here.
I could see your cursor.
Yeah, so right above, right where the arrow point is you see this shape right here.
Move your cursor a little bit so I can see it again. I don't see it now.
Right there.
Right
And
behind that black pole.
So basically right here is the driveway, and then it curves right here over here.
Yeah.
Now, right here, there's a little bit of a white mark.
To the left?
Where it looks like somebody just pulled up. They just pulled up a little bit. And I can get you a different photo that someone sent me that shows it even clear.
Yeah. Love to see it. Let me see what my snapshot looks like when I blow it up. I don't see a car. Are you talking about a little white between the cactus? No, I don't see a car.
Well, let me show you this angle.
All right.
You see right there?
I see that. It doesn't look like a
So
car.
So this is the gravel right here. Here's whatever this is.
That's
Here's
the
the
end.
gravel. And then turns
That
around.
is,
And then right here, there's like a little white. You can see a brighter white because it's circle. And that could be a headlight because it is a circle.
Are you talking about coming down that other road where the top of the road?
I don't know. Just look at the red box on the screen.
I see it, but I just don't see it. I see the red box, but I don't see the car.
Well, other people, that's what I'm saying is I didn't either. So maybe get back to me and just see if you can start to see.
I'll check it out.
You can see the front grill kind of. If it is, I mean, but
I usually like take a screenshot, blow it up, then mess with the contrast and all that crap to try to get it.
yeah, we do have another panel member. We got Patriot Pride. Welcome in.
Adam.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the panel.
How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good. How are
Doing
you
pretty good. What's
Doing good,
new?
man. It's a good day. Oh, not a lot, man. Just checking in, see how you guys are doing. I just finished up with a pretty interesting conversation, but I jumped in a little earlier. I didn't know if you wanted me to tell you, A57, about a little bit more about those three masked men that were supposedly a little ways away from Nancy's. Did
Yeah.
anybody else call in on that yet?
No, that was the thing. Is it's good, yeah, because I remember hearing the 911 call, and so yeah, everybody saying hello, Patriot Pride.
These are the
Hello.
ones
What's
the kid saw,
what's
right?
up, everybody?
Yeah,
up,
what's
man?
going on with that?
Allegedly, I think it's about 14 minutes away from Nancy's, a child called in a 911 call and said that allegedly there were three masked men or masked people with a weapon breaking in vehicles. And the ironic thing about it is it was only a 3-minute walk from Annie and Tommaso's old home. And so, I got to thinking about
Are they
it.
still
And
living at that home at that time?
no, and I got to thinking about it. And, they may not have been breaking in cars. They may have been switching or changing cars.
Yeah.
And so, and what better location would that be than, a location, if we're going with that theory, that someone's very familiar with that area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
The
No,
thing about that area
on
is
your-
Oracle is very it's like one of the highest crime areas, probably 10-minute drive from Nancy. So
Could've
that
been.
kind of thing has been happening a lot. Usually they'll steal cars, occasionally you'll hear the home invasions kind of thing, but I think it's just something that simple, a couple of young thugs. But then I keep hearing new theories that come out that I'm like, it could be a revenge, right? It could be someone that wants to get back at any member of the family. So do you have the 911 call, or we got to find
No.
that?
So I did it on, we included it on one of the pieces we did a few weeks ago. And I actually I have to give credit to, I think Juanita Adam. She's the one that originally had the 911 calls. But 857, what I was more going with is, if we are going, obviously, we're not slandering or defaming or accusing anybody, but if there's so many theories, if we're going with the close to the family theory, what better, like I said, location to be than an area or a neighborhood that someone's very familiar with, to change, maybe to put someone in a different vehicle, and change vehicles and go their separate ways.
Not forget that her last location was Annie and Tommaso's new house, right? Or is that the old house? They just had bought that house, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They probably, do we know if they owned both houses at the same time for a period of time?
Not that I'm aware of. I think they've owned that house, their new house, for a few months.
Well,
she's been gone for a few months. 3
yeah,
months.
I think they bought it like at the end of last year, or last year sometime. But you mentioned the Juanita Adami, right? Adami?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I just looked and she just put out a new video, so we're gonna just watch it. Let's see if we can get her to 5,000 subscribers while we're on the channel. She's at.
Let's get Mab to 5,000 first. I'm just kidding.
We'll get you there too. But here's the link to her channel. This is a new video from Juanita Adami. She only needs 50 more guys to get her to 5,000. So I think we can do it.
Is she talking about the roll of tape in this one?
I have no idea. It just came out, so I just went to her channel and I'm like, cool.
All right.
So we will do a live reaction to her new video, but go over to her channel if you want to watch it without 3 dudes interrupting. Go ahead and just watch it over there. We have to stop it. We're gonna react.
That's not the duct tape one, but that might have been an older one.
Yeah, I didn't.
This one.
I watched a couple of her old ones, and she's very professional and just smart. You can tell she's knowledgeable on the case. She's been following it. So, shout out to Juanita Adami,
the news,
not
right?
affiliated with the Juanita that everybody loves here in the community. This is a different Juanita. What are you saying, man?
What did I say? I forgot.
All right. So the title of this is called Nancy Guthrie. Is there more to Porch Guy's left sleeve?
Oh, that's the tape. I saw this one.
Okay.
Channel is based on my personal opinions, experiences, and perspectives. It is intended for informational purposes only. I do not claim that my views are facts, and viewers are encouraged to do their own research and form their own opinions. Above it all, the goal is simple: to keep attention on the Nancy Guthrie case, to bring her home, and to bring justice to those who harmed her. Okay, so I read that the search in Mexico by Buscando Corazones turned up nothing. I think they searched about 3 times this last week. They didn't find Nancy, but they did find like multiple other clandestine graves, which is really sad. So I remember back to a very early episode of the interview room. This is early in regards to the Nancy Guthrie case. I think it was the second day Chris McDonough was talking about it. And this was again on February 2nd. Chris played a clip from Nanos' presser. So in the press conference, Nanos is talking about Borstar and the U.S. Border Patrol, how they were called out during the first.
Yeah, and that is interesting. Is the Border Patrol was on the case at the beginning, which I was like, what does this have to do with the Border Patrol? But I guess it's because they have those extra tools to find people, and
The
so
dogs and stuff.
I'm just gonna let this play. I gotta run real quick here to the other room, but I'll be right back.
Day of the search. Chris says in that episode of the interview room that the fact that they were called out immediately is very interesting. There's probably something we don't know in regards to Mexico and the tips coming from there because, you know, if this was on February 2nd, it leads me to believe that Mexico was already an option even way back then. I also really quickly, I wanted to say thank you to Drunk Turkey for the recognition and Jay from Guilty of Crime, who pointed out some of my work in their last few episodes. Thank you guys both so much and keep up the great work. Now, I did say a while back that I wanted to talk about Derek Colella, and I still want to do it because I definitely feel like Derek is a very interesting character in this whole situation. So, do you guys remember? Wait, was it like very early on? He was busted because he tried sending them messages and the FBI caught him because he had put his entire name and the email connected to the VoIP message that he was using. He had connected his email, which had his entire name on it. So that's how he was busted relatively quickly. So, according to information by the U.S. Attorney's Office, Derek Colella was charged with transmitting a demand for ransom in interstate commerce, and without disclosing his identity, he utilized a telecommunications device with the intent to abuse, threaten, or harass a person, in that case, the Guthrie family. So, according to the complaint, Colella was alleged to have sent 2 text messages on February 4th to the Guthrie family, I think to Annie and Tommaso. He is also alleged to have made a 9-second phone call to a family member, but we still don't know which family member he made that phone call to, and we don't.
Hold up. Who made a 9-second call to a family member that we don't know? Did
Secret
Tommaso?
News Reader. No, Derek Colella.
Okay, I was like, I didn't. Okay, so he called allegedly or texted Tommaso, right?
He texted them both and called one of them. I think he knew him personally because they played the same venues over a number of years in Tucson with the same DJ and everything, right, Adam?
Yeah, certainly.
Adam, did you ever remember when the girl showed up in a bikini at Nancy's house? Were you watching the streams on when that?
That was Kiki.
Kiki, yeah, I saw that.
That was leather shorts.
You know what you should do? Because I think Adam, you could pull it off. Because I don't know if she would come on my show.
Okay.
But Mab or Adam, you guys should see if her and her boyfriend. I think that was her boyfriend.
No, it's not her boyfriend. It's her photographer. I watched a bunch of her videos on OFTV. You can find her pretty easily.
Maybe she'd come on the show.
Well, she was supposed to go on Dolly Vision, but she ended up chickening out at the last minute.
Well, Adam, maybe give it a shot.
I'll reach out to her.
Adam's so nice and respectful. I'm sure she'd be like, "Oh, I'll be on Adam's show."
I'll send a message to her, but the last video she put out, she was kind of angry.
That's the video I saw. She was really angry.
Yeah.
She was like, but it seemed like a whole, like she wanted the attention. Obviously, she's going out there. Her whole body's hanging out. We're all like, what the heck?
Her channel is to lure people to her based on her looks.
Wow. Well, it was interesting. It all really like took us, and then like I don't even want to go into too many details, but it was just odd. That's
And
all I gotta say.
mostly she does like paranormal stuff. She has like one of those freaking boxes that radio waves, or what do they call it? Spirit box.
Well,
those, and she talks to it and talks to spirits and shit like that.
well, they weren't very friendly because I tried to talk to them like as they pulled up, and it was like the rudest interaction that I had probably with.
They were there for one reason, to make a Nancy Guthrie video, and that was all it was.
Yeah.
They're going to start a true crime channel, and it wasn't about that.
What's interesting to me is we all were trying to see if she's related or correlates at all, or has been in that underground music scene with all of these other people that we've connected. And so, you know, that's
what in the Tucson fetish ball, but we're not sure.
So that's one person that we haven't been able to actually verify that was partaking in the fetish ball. You know, we've got DJ Mojito, we've got the Secret Mutilator, you know, we've got all of these key players that we can link together. But if in fact we can link her together into these other people, and she was at that scene trying to do some type of twisted or sick ending to some type of crazy stuff they have going on.
I saw the video she did on Nancy at that came from that shoot, and it was just it wasn't anything special.
Well, because there was I mean, I didn't go, everyone, so don't be like, you know, making rumors, but I guess there was a fetish ball, like Nancy went missing February 1st, and I think the fetish ball was like at the end of February or like after Valentine's. So there was all these fetish people, I guess, that flocked to Tucson. And then so that's what brought her out here, is I think they were like, what do you want to do today? Oh, let's go do it. And you know, but it would be interesting to just find out whatever came out of her coming out to Nancy's. You know, like, did she accomplish what she was wanting to do? Because it seemed like if you're going to do that you would continue covering Nancy Guthrie, but for her to come out one time and then not talk about Nancy ever again, that's kind of, to me, that's a little bit like, a little shady.
Girl, that was her name, Ghost Girl.
Well, and
what do you think?
The other one of the many other theories is that, you know, this was some type of sacrifice. The unfortunate thing about Nancy. And so, you know, if that is related to that whole underground, because we know a lot of those people that are involved or that are, I mean, self-proclaimed evil people. They have that listed on their Facebook pages and things like that. So, you know, there's just so many coincidences in that whole thing. You know, there's a holiday on, you know, I think the first, it's called
September.
What is it called? It's called
is it a Wiccan?
It's a Wiccan holiday. I'm not sure, but Wiccan holidays now, in modern terms, it has nothing to do with that. But allegedly, in the olden days, Wiccan related to sacrifices and things like that. So, you know, if there's a way to relate these people back to some type of sacrifice, again, that's just another theory that, you know, is out there.
Her channel pulled up right here.
I don't know if I want to give her any airtime. It's like I said, it was kind of like, it was almost like, okay, cool. You're like starting your channel and whatever. You have a little like note, but it wasn't about Nancy. It was all about her. And that's what I'm kind of like, you know, that's what's kind of like. And then
like
she
you
was
said,
really rude. From what I saw the video, Nab, that you probably saw, she was just like,
yeah.
expecting us not to react to her coming out to Nancy's looking like that. Not that it's bad, but it is. It was a little distasteful, in my
And
opinion.
like you said, 857. I mean, one time. Come on. I mean, that does not add up at all.
No. And that's where the speculation got, because I was like, oh, well, there's a fetish ball, and then she knew what's it called? Like other people connected to Derek Colella, and because they're all in this same group, I guess. Not close, but
So basically, it starts out with Secret Mutilator, Colella. Okay, he and DJ Mojito, that's his promoter, and that's documented. It goes back to I think like 2016 or 17. That's a promoter that DJ Mojito gets him to do shows. Okay, and that can you guys hear me?
All the same venues like the Flycatcher, and there's several other names that I forgot, but there's several of them, 5-ish, same venue, something like that. Adam, right? You there?
Adam, can you hear Mab?
Uh-oh, he's having sound problems again.
Go ahead. Can't hear.
He'll be back.
Okay. Does he have? Is this normal?
Yeah, his
I mean,
internet
I have it. Okay. Well, I'll have.
blips
No.
out.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there you are. I can hear you, but you can't hear us. You want? Oh, there he goes.
Well,
Okay.
Oh, he was back there at the end.
Thank you. Thank you, Misty. We'll get the numbers and let me get him back in here. And maybe we'll get this this Airbnb. Somebody can fly a drone from this Airbnb, and we can just have a drone up 24 hours a day. Like, because Fox News, they literally had the drone up for probably like 3 weeks straight, like 24 hours a day. Did you watch any of that footage?
No.
All right, let's get back to this video.
I gotta have, it's got to be. Go ahead.
This is I'm gonna put it. Let's get her to 5,000. I'm gonna check to see how many she's out in a minute. This is Juanita Adame,
I can check that.
and she was at 4,950, and I think she should be at 5,000 after this video.
Know the details or what the details of that phone call were. So remember the text. Did you get the Bitcoin? Were, and it would bug me because it was were, not we're. We're waiting on our end for the transaction. So one thing that did stand out to me is when Chris McDonough called Derek Colella an anomaly. That's really interesting to think of him as an anomaly in this case, right?
What the heck is in his ear, though?
It's a safety pin for diapers.
No, you're not joking. That is exactly what it is, probably.
Yeah.
Because he just came out of nowhere, out of.
Well, we do have a pretty unique music scene here in Tucson. We have like a punk rock, like
This guy's a solo performer too. He does all kinds of crazy
death metal kind of lots of death metal bands we have here.
Author in California in the beginning when this case was at its peak. I think it was at its peak for a while, for a few weeks actually. And Chris said, he inserted himself into this case. So according to KGUN in Tucson, Colella pleaded not guilty back in February, but then changed his plea, and a plea hearing is scheduled for July at the federal courthouse in Tucson. So for now, I'm going to say this about Derek Colella. Derek is either one of the unluckiest nickel and dime street level fraudsters imaginable that is just being exposed for trying to exploit the Guthrie family, or up until now, he's one of the luckiest co-conspirators in one of the largest and most high-profile cases in the U.S. for 2026 so far. So whether he's involved in some way or he's just really unlucky and he's this unlucky prankster and fraudster, we don't know.
Well,
and we'll just have to wait.
He has a history of that.
So you think might be like a mental health issue, and
Well, there
he's
was a
done this
case,
kind of thing before.
there was a case back, I can't remember how long ago it was, but some young woman went to Mexico, and they were gonna, and Derek Colella was down there, and they were gonna, no, it was a Mexican guy and this woman were gonna get married to get him into the country, and she was gonna make like 10 grand or something. So she just disappears to Mexico. Well, her dad freaked out, came looking for her and couldn't find her. And before she came back from Mexico, he ended his life by jumping off a parking garage. And who shows up in the correspondence on this thing? Derek Colella.
Huh. Well,
If you all
after
remember
this
that.
case, it would be interesting to see if any of these people would give an interview. Like after his case is over, like why? I want to know why he did that.
I think it's awful fishy. Somebody that runs in the same circles at the same venues over a number of years that I believe knew that Annie and Tommaso personally would send a correspondence to them asking for the Bitcoin. We're waiting for it on our end for the transaction. Have you done it yet? So,
Well, what if he drank like a bottle of tequila that night or a gin, and he just like, I'm gonna call up Tommaso, and then he woke up and just was like, whoops, what did I do? I mean, it could be something that stupid, dude. It's just that's stupid.
Could be, but the coincidences are striking. Just to say
No,
that.
it's interesting, but like she's saying, or you're saying he's kind of a fraudster from allegedly what they're saying.
Okay, back to the porch video.
But she's like, she's very professional. This Juanita
She's a
Adame.
news person, right?
I think so. She might be like.
She works at a news place, I think.
So.
In Tucson, or.
Yeah, I think so. I
watching
may
the
be
porch
wrong.
video.
Somebody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she works.
I don't recognize. I know most people like just by looking at. I don't recognize her, but maybe.
Video over and over again, and I started kind of hitting a wall with the video. I wasn't really. Nothing was really kind of coming out of it anymore. I felt like I was over analyzing the video, and I was just like, it was too much. So I was like, no, you know what? Just
Watch his
take a step
sleeves
away
to see
from
if
it,
you
Juanita.
see any
Like, don't
difference
try so
between.
hard, basically. And it seems like the harder you search for something, the harder it is to find. But I did take a break from it, and then I came back with a different perspective, and then a few things started to catch.
That's a pretty good pause right there.
Yeah.
You might want to clip that one. That looks. That's pretty clear.
Hold on, do it. I grabbed the whole thing. Got it.
I think he looks like no older than like 22, 23.
How
To
can we
me.
tell?
Huh?
How can we tell that? He doesn't have any
Just by
gray.
by the eyes. Like the eyes, you can usually tell how old someone is by the eyes. Once you get old like us, Bab, your eyes start wrinkling, right? And this kid looks like he literally just walked across to the graduation stage. You know what I mean? He's got, and the way he walks, I've seen this walk before, not this specific, but it's like a young thug teenager walk. Like, you know what I mean? This isn't some trained army soldier, in my opinion, that this is some young thug. If you watch how he walks up.
he may be so relaxed because Nancy's already gone at that point.
It could be, or
And
he's
just-
waiting. He's waiting for them to open up the door. That's what I think. I think he's
Yeah,
waiting.
There's one theory that I have that he was waving that stuff in front of the camera to get her to come to the door and open it, and stuck those leaves in front of the camera like a moth landing on the lens or something, which would keep blowing her phone up with the notifications, and that then she would go open the door to see who was out there.
Yeah, and that's where some people think that there could have been a woman that like was there, because usually like these thugs, they hang out with like one woman that will find they're like addicted to each other, and
Yeah.
whatever he does, the girl will follow him doing. It could be, yeah. And so some people say, you know, that maybe there was like obviously maybe a woman, and thank you, Misty. Everybody, Misty coming on the panel tonight. Everybody loves when she's on all the panels. So I've seen her on all the panels. So thank you, Misty. And
Okay. So
saying good night to the trolls. Good night to the trolls.
Juanita Adame is a crime reporter out of Fresno, California. She works for CBS 47 Fresno. Is what I'm hearing here from your chat.
Fresno, okay. Well, that's cool. She reminds me of like what's her name? Brianna Whitney. Like
Yeah.
doing her own thing, not just playing the corporate media. Welcome back.
Hey guys, sorry, I'm having some issues with StreamYard.
Yeah. I hate seeing that, Adam, that you having so many problems with that. StreamYard was freaking out on me before, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. Everything would go white, and then I'd lose everything and have to reboot the whole thing. And then it stopped doing it for some reason.
Were you about to say something before you left, Patriot? I know it got cut off.
Yeah, I was just relating all the people from Kalela to Mojito to Kayla Day to Luke Daly, and just trying to figure out if Kiki was involved with that ring or not.
And what did you find out anything?
Well, I know all of the other people, like I said, other than Kiki, we verified. I mean, they same places, same venues, same underground music scene. She's, like I said, she's really the only one that we haven't been able to actually verify. We've got some photos that it really resembles her.
Yeah,
and the guy,
that one
and the
photo.
guy, and the guy that was there with her.
Yeah.
But we can't validate that, unfortunately.
It was kind of a side profile, kind of a behind side profile. It couldn't really.
Yeah.
nail
Well, I dare you to try to get her on your show, Patriot. Would
Yeah, certainly. I'll definitely do some research and see if I can get her on here.
Mab's got to research. Mab probably knows her OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. Mab, if you want to send like Patriot, like, cause yeah, that would be just to get interesting, like why, and then maybe she could expand on what you're saying too, with her knowing. She might know these people, but she might not come on because she seems a little bit like not very
She's into all
cordial.
kinds of spooky, scary stuff, paranormal, cemetery. I'm looking at her videos right now. Abandoned church, haunted places, 858.
We'll reach out. We'll reach out to her. We have we've been blessed with the ability to get some people on here that normally wouldn't go on places. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, here's her video. If you guys go sub up, she should be at 5,000 here.
Is so I checked.
She already is?
Yep.
Nice. All right. So yeah, we just got her to 5,000. She just put this is from 2 hours ago. So you guys most likely haven't seen this.
Now we're just going to get Mab to 5,000.
this is something that has kind of caught my eye for a while, and I know it's been talked about. So there are several theories about Porch Guy's left arm and what is underneath the cuff in his left sleeve, because you can see it as he's, trying to take the Nest camera off. You can see there's something underneath his left sleeve cuff. It's closer to the cuff area. So we can explore a few options, and then I can tell you guys what I believe might be under there. So first and foremost, first theory, it's a watch. It's a watch with the big face. I have an Apple Watch, but I guess somebody in the comments, not in one of my videos, but somebody in the comments somewhere put that it's a watch with the big face. So I was picturing like one of those really fancy like watches that have all the like little dials and stuff. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. So I decided to like look up several watches, and I found this one. It just shows the watch on the wrist. But then I decided I wanted to actually see how it looked over a sleeve or a cuff, basically. So I found somebody who owns a watch with the big face to put a sweater on and pull the sweater over the watch to see what kind of effect it would create. This is the red watch right here with the big face. And then this is the watch on the wrist. And then the watch pulled over, the sleeve pulled over the watch. So as you can see, that's kind of the effect that it creates.
Well,
But side note, somebody in
real quickly, is I have one of those G-Shock watch. That's actually one of the watches I have, and it's not that big, but there are those real big face watches. You might have seen them at Ross. They're like the size of like a tire on a rim on a tire.
Yeah.
You know, so like that little small G-Shock watch is just, but those big ones, I mean, those really would stand out. So I don't know.
Well, to me, it looks consistent, the same size all the way around the wrist, though. You know what I mean? Like even on the underside, it's
So it
the
could
same
be a roll of tape.
same thickness and same width all the way around the wrist.
And
Whereas
the
if
other,
it
and
was
the
a
other
big,
wrist doesn't have it, right?
both wrists have it.
Oh, okay. So I can't. It's not going to be taped then, because that's where this is headed, to duct tape roll on the hand, wrist. Sorry, I blew the story, but go ahead.
my comments, I believe, said that he might be wearing a fleece jacket. The sweater in this picture is not fleece. I believe it's like a cotton polyester mix. So it's not exactly the same material. So that was kind of one of the results I got from that, from it being a watch. So the second theory is that it's just the sleeve, and it's just the way the material is bunched up, or the way that his sweater is bunched up, especially if he has all these layers. Some people are saying it might not even be anything. It's just maybe our eyes are kind of imagining that there's something there when there's really nothing there.
Remember, it's cold out.
So the final theory is
Yes, it
one
was.
that initially had crossed my mind in the beginning, but I really didn't entertain it because I just didn't think it was possible. I'm like, no, it can't be that. And it was a roll of duct tape. So I will tell you why I never really entertained that thought is because it didn't make sense to me. I kept thinking that this cardboard core would be either too tight around someone's wrist or too loose to stay in place, and it would just be inconvenient. So I didn't see how it could work. So I never really kind of came back to the whole duct tape theory. But I wasn't even considering it until I went to Walmart this last week, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go look at the duct tapes and see for myself. So this is kind of when I noticed something really interesting about duct tape. So regardless of the brand, and even when the roll itself was a little wider or had more tape on it, this cardboard core right here in the center, it's almost always the same size in diameter. The outside of the roll can change, like depending on how much tape there is, but this opening is pretty much consistent throughout like different brands and styles and colors. So now that I realized that day I also had my photographer, I said, hey, put this around your wrist to see if it would fit. and it did fit. And he told me he is 280 pounds and 5'11", and he was able to put this over his wrist. But we didn't take a picture of it because we were working. So we were kind of like, hey, I said, hey, try this. And then he tried it. And then he's like, yeah, it fits. He did have some trouble putting it on, but it did fit. He did get it to fit around his wrist. So now with duct tape as a possibility, I wanted to go back to the Porch Guys video again. And I watched it in the original version and then again in the inverted version. But this time I decided to do some tweaks to the inverted version. So I inverted it, and this is in Premiere. I increased the exposure, and then
Ooh, that's
I
cool.
also increased the contrast just to kind of define some of the shadows and the objects just a little bit more. And this was the result.
I've never seen this kind of video.
So I decided to try the duct tape around my wrist at home, and I have a small wrist. So I figured the duct tape wasn't going to stay like once I put a sweater over it, but surprisingly it did stay. Like I put it like a bracelet and it did stay.
Starting a new fashion trend, maybe everyone's gonna go. Next thing you know, your kids are gonna be like, "I need some duct tape." Oh man, you're like, what?
They're gonna be making bikinis out of duct tape.
Oh, they already done that.
But if Porch Guy is male and 5'10", and I don't know how much he weighs, obviously.
I'm not really buying this duct tape thing.
Maybe
it's
he
clever.
didn't have any more. Maybe he didn't have any more room in the backpack, and that was a clever way to take that duct tape with him in case he needed it to wrap her up, and that's one way to conceal it.
Come on,
Mike. Let's see, because where do you see the duct tape? Like that would be like pretty obvious to see. Maybe not, but are we saying that the duct tape is here on the left? That's the real, and that's the same thing as what we're seeing on the right.
That's the edited video with inverted.
So the one on the left is the inverted video of the perp. The one on the right, obviously, is her doing it, pulling it over her sleeve.
He increases the contrast and everything on this one to make it pop out.
Closer to maybe his measurements, or what's been told to us that his measurements are by the FBI, instead of comparing it to me. So I wanted to test the theory, and by this time,
the end of this video gets really good. There's a really good, like, where she inverts the whole video of the perp. I haven't seen it look like this. This is, you might want to get your clipping ready for this one at the end.
my coworker had gone home, so I couldn't test the theory on him. And there's no sweaters. I mean, it's hot over here, so somebody had to be at home.
And real quickly, thank you, Misty. Her last, she's going to bed. Obviously, it's already probably past midnight. She says it's as simple as arm hair. It's a night cam. Had to leave you with that. Good night, all. So, what do you guys think? Is it arm hair? Is it? And I don't know what the night cam, but is it arm hair?
Are we talking about what?
That was her comment. I'm trying to understand what
I think she's saying that obviously an infrared camera is gonna capture things differently than a normal camera would. Just like we think that the tattoo on the right hand is now just a shadow form. So possibly, I think what she's saying is that thickness could be maybe a shadow form of some sort from the infrared camera.
Okay, I was thinking like.
But we already know that the kit in that backpack is stuffed to the brim. So what if he was carrying duct tape on his wrist? I don't know. It really means anything. It just means
it makes sense.
He's already doing what he's doing.
It makes sense because he needs to get to it quick because that's going to be the first thing that he's going to need.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I wanted to test if this duct tape would fit around an adult man's wrist.
Wow.
So I Googled this information, and
She's
I
not
learned
messing
that the
around.
average adult male wrist measures about 6 to 7 inches in circumference. So most rolls of duct tape use a standard 3-inch cardboard core. So my volunteer is 5'11" and about 180 pounds. His wrist measures approximately 6 inches in circumference. So the very first roll of duct tape, as you can see, it did not fit over his hand.
Oh,
And now remember, this part is all the same.
she did
So
the
that
OJ.
standard gray duct tape, as you can see in that
Don't
photo,
fit.
does not
Must have quit.
doesn't fit. But what's weird is that this, I think it's a Tyvek brand of duct tape, that did fit over his wrist,
Flexible.
and it's the same size here. So the larger, stiffer roll of duct tape just didn't go, and then it was kind of too big. It would be more obvious, I'm sure, it would have been more obvious in the video. I think if it had been a bigger roll of duct tape, but that Tyvek duct tape, as you can see, he pulled it over his sleeve.
And
and
857. I don't mean to pause that for 1 second if you don't mind. I don't mean to cut
Yep.
you off, but we actually use she's doing a really good job. We actually use that type of tape, and that tape is stronger than most duct tapes as well.
It's
So
What's it
that
called?
particular version is Tyvek tape, but there's different forms of that. We just
Okay.
call it white. We call it white tape, and it is it's one of the best sticking tapes there are out there. So if they had to tie something up and tape it up, that would have been the type of tape to use.
And it's flexible, right? So he could get the thing over his hand.
No, I mean it's just the circumference of the diameter of the middle of that is much larger than a standard roll of like a standard roll of duct tape.
She's saying all the rolls are 3 inches, including the one that this guy puts on his wrist. But the only reason he got it on his wrist is because he squished it down a little bit, and it was more flexible, so you could make it into an oval and put it on your wrist.
Yeah, the ones we use are larger in diameter.
All right. Just for packing barbecue sauce and stuff.
Can't really eat. It's not really noticeable. So what I found interesting was that the cardboard core was essentially the same, like I said. The only difference was the flexibility of the tape itself. So some rolls had enough give to expand slightly as they went over a male's hand, while others were too rigid. So what I learned from this experiment is that it depends on the brand and the condition of the duct tape. It's either a bigger roll of duct tape that has more give to it that would fit around wrist, or a smaller wrist. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't prove that what we're seeing in the sweater is duct tape. It's just my observations. And it suggests that it could be plausible under certain conditions. So somebody with a smaller wrist could fit it in there, and somebody with duct tape that is more flexible could fit it around.
Well, most people have put duct tape on your wrist. And have you ever put duct tape on your wrist?
Nope.
I mean, it's some of them I could see fitting, but if it's on there, it's really uncomfortable. I mean, you can't really do them. You got a big piece of, so I'm just not, I don't think he had duct tape on his wrist. But Misty, thank you again. Misty says the duct tape being on the wrist of the perp is completely pointless. Duct taped or not, what does that prove? Yeah. I mean, I think what she's trying to think is maybe he had it around his wrist, so because he's going to need it real quick. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Adam.
I mean, I don't think that's what it is, but I think it's plausible. I definitely think it's plausible. There are, and I've looked into a lot of different types of gloves. There are gloves that come up higher and have a thicker cuff that kind of closes.
Yeah.
And I looked into that, but we know that when he reaches down with his left hand to pick up the foliage, we see his sleeve come up and we see his bare wrist. So we know it's not that type of glove.
Yeah, do you think he has more than one glove on? Like, does he have like a black glove, and then does he have latex gloves on top of that? Is that, I mean, because that's what they're trying, like everybody thinks. Is that correct?
My camera just
What do you think?
gave out. I don't think it's material whether he's wearing duct tape on his wrist or he has duct tape in his backpack. He's still doing the same thing. He's abducting a woman. So I don't know what that gets us, even if he was carrying duct tape on both wrists. We know that he had that backpack stuffed for the job he was going to do. So I don't
do you think
what the importance of it is anyway, in the big picture?
Well, do you think they had duct tape because they don't want her to scream? Because she's obviously going to be screaming.
Possible. I got to refresh 857. So if I get food, bring me.
Do you think they used duct tape at all, Patriot? Do you think they had? I mean,
I think they use some type of tape, but what's odd to me is why, again, I think the front was staged is because I think they definitely probably used tape, but if they wanted to take out that camera in some way, they would put tape or some type of paint or something over that camera. So yeah, I think they had tape, and I think they wanted to be seen on the camera in front.
Yeah, it was almost like a performative, right?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think that was the plan, and the other person went in the back. They propped the doors open because the plan was to take her out the back. They got in there. She got a little bit more feisty than what they thought. Something happened inside that they had to, regroup and figure out what to do. And then I think they took her out the front. They brought the car back around. And this leads me in a good segue, 857. I think Alex told me, but I can't remember last night. So her walkway, we know that when you come out the door, you've got the porch. Okay. Then the porch steps down and there's a walkway to a set of stairs, right?
With a railing.
Yes. So if you're looking at the house,
off to the left,
where Chris said that he thought that there may have been a change in direction of blood, is there not also a pea gravel walkway that circles around to her bedroom and then also circles back to the left that connects to her driveway?
I think there might be.
There's not like an actual walkway out there. It's just like general, like there's nothing out there, but it's not like a technical walkway. Is kind of.
But you could walk there. You could.
Oh yeah, it's completely. But that's the way it is for some of these areas. It's like, from what I understand, Nancy, I think had like a little patio outside her bedroom. That's her bedroom on the outside there.
Right. The reason I'm saying is because I was just looking at Google Earth yesterday, and I was just looking around her house, and I zoomed as far in as I could to look at the entryway there just to see what I could see. And it almost did look like the walkway. Basically, there was like a pea gravel line with rocks coming from that patio, going to the driveway, and then also going off of that walkway around to the porch area. So I just thought, maybe if there was a change in direction of blood, instead of taking her down those stairs, maybe they did walk her around the steps to the left there and then intersected back on the driveway. I think
they went to the left and headed to a car that was parked out of the camera's view to the left. If you're looking at the house, to the left of the walkways, so that camera couldn't catch it. And they walked her that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, do you guys think they took her? I mean, obviously, it looks most like they took her out front, but do you guys think that was for distraction purposes, or do you think they actually took her out the front?
Yeah, I mean, I think they came in through the back, and then basically either the guy was waiting in the street because it's dark out there, so they could just pull over, turn the lights off, and then basically they either pulled up through the driveway, which is probably what I think they did. So there's probably tire tracks that the sheriff drove over the first day he got there. So everything was ruined as far as getting tire tracks. But I think they pulled in the circle and then they brought her out that front door. And what happened is I think whoever was in the front, they somehow had access through the back, and then they brought her out through the front and got out of Dodge. That's the
Well,
easiest, fastest way.
remember that shit, what was I gonna say? Damn it.
I think they had it like until you remember, Mab. I think their intentions were to take her out the back, and I think that's why they propped everything open. The intent was to take her out. I think you're right at 5-7. I think they pulled all the way back to the casita, and I think that was the goal, is to take her out through there. And then, like I said, either she fought back or had a medical emergency or something went down inside, and that's why they were in there for so long. And then they pulled around to the front, loaded in the front, and then took off.
Do you think
But
those tracks were in the driveway, or do you think that was made by LE?
I think that was probably made by law enforcement taking some type of tools into the house. But I do think that there may have been, I think somebody cleaned the scene up. I mean,
Yeah.
I think somebody may have either
Had
stayed
room.
back, or, you know,
Somebody
I don't know.
sat there for a long time deleting videos from her phone from the Nest camera.
Well, another thing, 857, I don't know if I'm sure you have, but something that really, really, really got to me was in the 911 calls, again, that Juanita did. She couldn't confirm it was Nancy's, but it was 99.9% certain it was the dispatch calls after, you know, when they showed up. So something that really stuck out to me is they said the family did not have access to the cameras. Okay.
I ain't
But
buying that.
they did have access to her phone.
Yes.
So that was very surprising to me, because if they've got access to her phone, then they would have seen, because even if you don't have subscriptions on cameras, it still shows you a notification if something
Yes,
movement
right.
is detected. And so
Yeah.
if they were able to get into her phone and access that, then they should have been able to see those notifications, or on the other hand, delete anything that they wanted to.
Yeah, somebody just said, I believe the 40 minutes inside was more for a cleaner to clean up the scene. And so, I mean, you would think that they would, because they did say that the house was in immaculate condition, which they went out of their way to say that. They didn't even have to say that. Like, all grandma's houses are, most of them, I'm not saying all, but you know, a good percentage, they keep their house. It's like immaculate. So was it immaculate because that's how she cleaned it? Or did they smell cleaning supplies? Right. And they, you know what I mean? That like there was so to me, they're just fueling so much speculation that if they just told us a little bit so the public could have an idea of where they're going, they do that a lot of times, you know. And for this one, it's we got, I mean, how many theories could you come up with, different theories?
Well, that's what we do on our show, and I probably have covered at least 12 to 15.
Yeah.
That's probably, yep.
And that's all I mean, you know, I think, and I'm not going to name any names, but one of the big time reporters talked about, you know, YouTubers are throwing these theories out. Well, that's all we have to go on. You know, if Pima County would give us just a little bit more, be a little bit more transparent.
They do the same thing in their investigations.
You know, maybe we wouldn't have to have these theories, but you have to be open-minded into these theories and think outside the box at this point to try to figure out what's going on because of their lack of transparency.
Exactly.
So I want to have you guys watch this because you were talking about making that last ditch effort, right? And this woman, and there's another woman called Hetty something, I can't think of her. They were kidnapped. This woman was kidnapped. And they were both kidnapped by workers that worked on their houses. And so it is ironic that both Hetty and this poor woman. But watch this video. It just brings you to reality. And I don't want to scare anybody but really to what we're fighting for, what Nancy might have went through. And we kind of lose sight of that. And that's where, watch this video. It's heart-wrenching.
This elderly woman knows firsthand the utter terror of being kidnapped. Delia Rawlick says a man burst into her home and duct taped her.
And he walks in and he starts taping me. Now, wait a minute, you don't tape me.
She shows us how she fought back.
I lay down on the floor
Mm.
and the guy came over me and I kicked him. And he fell over and I kicked him again and I kicked him again.
Yeah, you go, girl.
That's what we're fighting, hopefully, because this is it. This is just to see the frighten in her eyes, right? She's reliving this as she's telling the story.
He dragged her outside, demanding money from her ATM.
He opens up the car door, the trunk, and it's opened up and I say, I'm not going in the trunk. No way am I going in the trunk.
This blurry image shows Delia.
Look at this is her duct taped. I mean, somehow they had footage, so you know that Nancy most likely they have footage of Nancy in the house, what they did with her, so they might know.
Gagged and taped up. By some miracle, just as she was about to be driven away, her daughter drove up and scared off her kidnapper. So who did it turn out to be? Her roofer.
Why did he choose you? Because I was single and I was alone in the house.
Roofer.
That's what I've been saying, everybody. And I'm going to throw another wrench, not a wrench attack, just a wrench. Is what if these suspects woke up and they realized they took the body, whatever, because they don't want to be a homicide, so they get rid of the body. And they wake up and they realize this isn't just some elderly woman. This is a celebrity's mother. And they didn't even know. And now they're like, oh, shoot, man, we really screwed up. And so what do you think?
Well, people keep saying, hey, if it was burglary gone wrong or if it was the wrong house or whatever. Again, I just want everybody to be as open-minded as possible, because if you're closed-minded, that's how we don't figure things out, right? So if it was a burglary gone wrong, we see what unfortunately this poor lady went through. Nancy, I'm sure, did the same thing, and they're like, why take the body? Because their DNA is all over it. So I mean, if it was a burglary gone wrong house, whatever, she fought back, guys, and she had DNA on her, and that's the reason they took the body.
She fought back right starting in the foyer when she realized they were taking her out of the house. She started fighting right then.
And that's why I wanted you guys to see this video, because no one's going out, and it sounds like Nancy was pretty feisty, and I hope she gave him a big elbow or something.
Jason Kester was sentenced to 13 years in prison. Another
So here's the other one. We got one. Who did they say? The roofer. Now here's Hetty. Hetty was kidnapped as well.
elderly kidnapping victim is Hetty Braun. The 88-year-old was taken from her Wisconsin home in the middle of the night in 2003. Her abductor sent a ransom note demanding $3 million. I spoke to Detective Michael Banashinsky, who works the investigation.
The case that you were working on, eerily similar to Nancy Guthrie's.
There was a lot of similarities between the Hetty Braun kidnapping and the Guthrie kidnapping, especially the age.
4 days after she was taken, Detective Banashinsky found the grandmother chained in this trailer in sub-zero temperatures.
It was deplorable.
Hetty was treated for frostbite at the hospital. Her abductor turned out to be her handyman.
She talked to you at all? And she did say something to me, like, what did I do to deserve this?
Renee Ravenstein was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
It must be very hard to watch this story about Nancy Guthrie for you.
Oh, definitely. She's being kidnapped the same as I was, and I'm shaking like a leaf.
Oh.
Have you guys seen that?
No,
I did not.
Yeah, it's it puts it in perspective, because obviously you see her from her own words. You can look in her eyes and just see, she's just happy to be out of it. I mean, her daughter came running up and I mean, scared the guy away. I mean, that's just crazy. I'd like to just interview the daughter and just say, how did you know to come? Was it just pure luck that the daughter showed up and just saw her mom getting kidnapped? I mean, that's some good timing. That's God right there coming in and going,
Amen. Or she could have had access to her notifications through her camera system, which is what I feel someone that lives close to her and takes care of her would also have had, because I've got cameras all around my house, but I've also got them at my parents' house. And so I'm in their account, obviously. And so when a notification goes off, I see everything that goes on there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So one of your subs says, here where I live, an 85-year-old lady shot both intruders, warned them. They still broke in and she shot both of them. Good girl. 85-year-old shoots both.
Watch your we're on
yeah.
YouTube. You gotta use the
Can't
the
say
right
shoot.
No, you can't, unfortunately. I would just try to yeah, I wouldn't say it.
All right. Sorry about that. I didn't.
So we're gonna get back to this is the ending of the video, but it's this is the best part. It's this inverted video, and I mean I haven't seen it this it's really clear.
Around their wrist. So with that said, we know Nancy was abducted.
Look at this video.
Whoever took her had to bring in the tools they needed to carry out this crime. When I look at the video, I see pockets that are really full of stuff. You know, we've thought it's a.
I mean, have you ever seen a video this clear of the suspect? Like, look, you can look at the glove. You can see the.
Monks had a
Wi-Fi jammer, a walkie-talkie,
like this.
Yeah, he was focusing on the eyes, though.
A taser. You know, we know that his pockets are full of stuff. We know his backpack is full of stuff. So much so, in fact, that it doesn't zip up all the way.
So it kind of blurs out all the white and focuses on.
And that got me thinking. So he has all these things on his person.
I want to know what he's doing right there.
Yeah, what is he doing right there?
For weeds right there.
Maybe.
But I think when he goes down and
to-
gets the brush down here, that he looks at the guy in the
carry
car.
everything he needs, it looks like, while keeping his hands free.
Watch where he goes down and he looks over at the guy waiting in the car for him to walk out with Nancy.
Well, to me, here's what I'm going with. This guy's athletic, and most likely, based on his stance, he probably played some sort of sports like soccer or football.
He's got injuries.
Well, I don't know about injuries, but what I'm saying is like most people who play some sort of like sports, like I used to play soccer, right? Yeah. And then like you see someone who doesn't really play sports, they don't just have stocky legs like that and a stocky figure. I mean, some people are born with it, I know, but most likely, I mean, I think he's more athletic is kind of my point. What do you think?
He doesn't have very good range of motion when he picks up those flowers, though.
I think the reason he doesn't appear to have range of motion is because when he bends down, I think he bends down in a way where he has to, because the holster is in front.
The pew, I mean.
Yeah, and that's why he has to stick that leg out.
Gotcha.
And I do think he's intoxicated for sure. If you look how he steps back up on that porch, if you guys know when you've had a fun night out, and sometimes you step crossways over your feet. When he steps back on that porch, he does that as well. Plus his eyes.
So if you're going to try to carry,
his eyes are really bloodshot.
Now watch him look over at he picks it up and then he looks over at the dude in the car, I think, that's out there to the right.
Well,
Look-
one good point
looking
right
at
here too. One good point right here too is he has to know that that foliage is right there. It was supposed to be very dark out there, I think, that night. I'm not sure, but I mean, you got
It
to
was
have a
a full
pretty
moon.
This was the 99% full moon this night.
But even on a full moon with no lights, it's still going to be pretty dark. I mean, as much as a full moon gives you a little bit more, it's not. I mean, it is the brightest. Yeah, it was a full moon. So now,
But
is
you-
the light in the patio on or off though?
It's off.
Okay.
But you would think that he would have to. I mean, it looks like he knows exactly where to go to get what he's looking for. I guess is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Now you can see his shoes very clearly, as far as like the black on the top and the white. So are those inverted? Is he wearing white shoes or black shoes, do you think?
They had a black stripe at the bottom, didn't they?
In the regular image.
Yeah.
So probably
it would look white.
They're probably darker shoes with lighter soles.
Yeah.
Again, we don't know. We still don't know what, if anything, is under that sleeve.
I do think he's a lefty,
I don't
though.
know. I want to hear from you guys. What
I think he's definitely a lefty because he picks those flowers up with his left hand, and you're seeing he's covering that camera with his right hand and actually doing the work with his left hand. So if I were to go down and pick something up, I'm going to pick it up with my dominant hand, and if I'm going to cover something, I'm going to cover it with my non-dominant to grab it with my dominant.
do you guys think? Is it duct tape, a watch, nothing? Is it our imagination? Let me know in the comments. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching and supporting this channel. Like, subscribe, share.
I wish you would have done the full video that way.
The content on this channel is based on my personal opinion.
Where is my video of this guy?
857, I'm about to jump out, but I just want to thank you so much for the opportunity. It's always an honor to be up here with you guys, man.
I'm about to jump out too, man. 10:12. I got some stuff to do. Hang out with the wife. Happy wife, happy life. You're muted, 857.
Sorry about that. I'm over here talking to myself. Yeah, thanks for coming on, and yeah, keep covering those stories, on both the channels. I obviously you guys see me in there saying hi, and then
Tried there. You hit 10,000 yet?
Not yet. We'll get there.
Where do you at?
We're shooting for 5,000. He's shooting for 10,000.
How many more do you need?
9,000 something.
Me? 600 and something. We'll get there. We'll get there Monday.
All right, well, let's get it. Come back on tomorrow, and let's try to get it. Everyone go sub up, because we just got her to 5,000. She needed like 50 more, and now she's got 80 more, so she's over 5,000. And then Mav
372 to get to 5,000. We'll get there. I got no. I know what
you'll be there in no time.
Yeah.
But again, 857, thank you so much, man. It's always an honor, like I said, to be up here with you. And I do want to say, if you guys are interested in part 2 of Richard Nolette, we're gonna go Monday night instead of tomorrow night. So we're gonna check out Chris and
Monday
those guys
night.
tomorrow night. Yeah, Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard.
All right. Get over there to Patriot and Mav.
I'll probably do a daytime stream tomorrow in the morning
All right.
and work after that instead of working before, because today was a nightmare. I was trying to move a pergola that was already assembled, and the whole thing just didn't go well. I had to disassemble the whole thing. But
thanks, guys. I'm gonna jump out. Happy Father's Day, to
all
everybody.
right, brother.
Appreciate you.
See ya. Happy Father's Day
Thanks,
to all
brother.
the fathers. See ya.
I'm a father. Wonder if I'll get anything from my little girl tomorrow.
Well, a hug. Maybe a hug.
She lives in about an hour away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Oh
you
my
guys.
gosh. Thank you, Misty. I missed that. Holy moly. Thank you. Have a good night, Matt. See you tomorrow or the
All right.
next day.
Peace.
Later. Thank you, Misty. Every female should go to self-defense class. You'll learn so much. Yeah, and there's lots of these karate gyms. They have just like self-defense classes. But what kind of self-defense classes have you guys taken those? Yeah, sub up to Patriot. Let's get him to 10,000. He's almost. And there's Mab. And then here's Patriot. Put their links in one more time. Where's the link? Happy Father's Day. Thank you again, Misty. All the people in the chat hitting the comments. I haven't heard. Alex, I'm sure is fine. I haven't heard, but I'm sure he's fine. No reason to think he's not. So Monday, Adam will be having that show with about Richard Nolette, part 2. He did part 1 the other day, so you can go check that on his channel. Here's the link. Go sub up. Let's get him to 10,000. We just got Juanita Adami to over the 5,000 mark, and then Justin earlier. We got him over the 1,000 mark. If you have a channel, put it in the chat, or if you want to even come talk about your channel, here's the link. You can come on and just give us a little introduction to your channel. Here's the link. Let's hear about your channel if you want to come on. Thank you so much, Tanya. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the chats. How do you call in? Here's the link if you want to call in. But good night, Patriot. He's over there. Thanks for coming on. And that's where it is, as much as whenever I'm live, all the YouTubers are welcome to come on and just say what's up. So we've been having a bunch of them. Mab was on there. Patriot. Thank you. Yep. The main thing is we are a community. We're not trying to compete against each other. Everybody's got their own channel. And the good thing is you're seeing people staying creative. They're not sitting around. They're out there building their channel. They're using their creative skills to come up with new ideas. And then also make some new friends it's hard to make new friends in this world. So if there's a good place like YouTube where you can meet some people, why not? Tanya, happy Father's Day. Awesome panel. So there we go. Let's see. Let's check in with a couple people, seeing what they're doing. Let's see what they're doing. Let's check in with DGL. Where is DGL on a Saturday night in the year 2026? Where is he at? Where in the world is DGL? Here he is on the road. Wow, look how fast he's going. Holy moly, look at this. Wow.
That car sounds like shiznits.
This is live right now from DGL's channel.
That car sounds like crap. Like they stole the cats.
Oh wow, they're racing. All right, I don't want. I'm getting off. This is getting crazy. Oh my gosh, that is DGL's channel right now, everybody. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they were cruising. They were cruising. So we're just checking out what everybody else is doing on the internet tonight. What other channels are live? Who else is live? I don't see anybody. But what we'll do a little quick thing. I guess Sal has a channel. Remember Sal was on here earlier. Give Sal a shout out from Las Vegas. Where did it go? There it is. So remember Sal was on.
More surge in Mexico. Sheriff Cristiano says, we'll look into it. Hello, everybody. I'm Sal Capano. Come on in. As there are some suspicions that she got through the Native American reservation. Could the FBI be active in this source? Oh, that looks good for Max. Could the FBI actually able to operate in Native American reservation?
All right, guys. So this is Sal's channel. He was on here earlier. I didn't see, but I just saw this video pop up. There's his channel. There's the video. Love Sal. Yeah, that was awesome how he kind of took everybody around in Vegas. Just a cool guy. So what we got, Sal is cool. Yeah, I mean, just the nicest guy. So we're gonna I'm gonna subscribe to his channel. I already got that. See if there's anything else going on. Who else is live? And looks like everybody's calling it a night. So you know what that means? That means we're gonna go to a little bit of adventures with Angela. We're going to go a little adventures with Angela as we close it up here tonight. So which one should we go with tonight? Does she have a new one? Which one? And let's see if anyone's got any suggestions. I think we're gonna end it. I think I put the thing in there. We do have one person in the queue, so we'll bring them on. And I mean, but I put it in there. No one's wanting to chat. All my videos that I had are done. So if there is anyone that wants to come in, we still got a little time. Welcome in, PI 56. Can you hear me? All right, you have to come in, go back out, and then come back in, I think. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're echoing.
Okay, turn down your TV in the background or your turn that off and you'll just be able to hear me here.
I can barely hear you because if I turn it down, then I don't hear you.
Well, you should be able to hear me good here.
Let me go back in real quick.
Okay. Good night, 231. Yes, definitely Bruce. The Haynes twins, amazing supporters of all the YouTubers. Can you hear me?
Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little bit muffled, but it might be me because this is all new equipment. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not doing it right.
Okay, well, I'll just let you talk and then let me know what's on your mind.
It's almost like I'm hearing you back. I can hear you, yes.
Do you have a TV on in the background?
I have my computer, but if I turn the volume down, then I don't hear you. And I've got my earbuds in.
Okay. I have no idea. We might, I mean, I'll just stay quiet so you can talk, and then we might have to try tomorrow if not. But thank you for all your support on the channel. I know you've been, coming around, and hopefully your channel's growing, right?
Well, it's getting there. It's a little slow growing.
Okay. Well, what's on your mind?
Well, I was going to comment a little bit about the young lady that you had on earlier. She was talking about Derek Corella.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I didn't hear anybody mention anything, but his case is Monday. And he originally.
She cut out. You cut out. There you
Can
are.
hear me? Okay. See, I'm still hearing myself echoing the conversation I just said to you. But anyway.
You got to turn one of your things down, and you could, I don't know what, I'm kind of confused, but yeah.
I'm confused too, because if you turn something down, I just don't understand why you turn it down. Can you hear me?
Yep.
That I think that might be it now.
Okay, good.
Now I'm hearing myself in two different places, so it doesn't make sense.
Well, why don't we let's I mean, unless you can just say it, but if not, we got a whole bunch of people that, I mean, we got to just troubleshoot this before tomorrow if you want to email me.
Well, it worked earlier, so I'm not sure what's going on, but
that's weird.
It's really weird.
That is weird.
Happened. But I was
the earbuds, maybe take out the earbuds. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, well, we'll just try it, I guess, another time.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you if there was something you wanted to share, and just, I mean, we can all hear you. No echo over here.
Well, if I take out the earbuds, then I can't hear anything. So I guess I'll just try it another time. I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, I was going to talk about the Derek Corella case because it's Monday. And I don't know if anybody mentioned that he had his appeal on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
and there's a pretty involved article about the old Arizona code statute for the obstructed highway or public thoroughfare I wanted to talk about a little bit. But since it's echoing so bad, I think I can hold off on all that, try it another day. Because I'd love to talk to you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully we get it figured out. I know I've been there. It takes a while to get everything dialed in, and I have no doubt you will.
Well, like I said, it worked earlier, and I've done it on JLR, so I'm not sure what's going on tonight. But I will troubleshoot it and then check it. But just let me know.
Technology. Yeah, it's annoying. I've been there. Well,
thank you
good luck
so
getting
much
it
for your
figured out.
support.
And yeah, I mean, the Derek Corella's case is coming up, and 7-2. I thought JLR said he was going to try to go to it, but I don't know if he is. So I'll let you know. But I know we'll find out, or somebody will find out, or get a picture of him, or try to get a comment from him, because he has to walk in the court just like everybody else. So
right.
Somebody, I might go down there and try and get a little photo. Maybe ask him, hey,
I'm just really
why did
curious
you do this?
about, he says he's going to change his plea. So I'm not sure what we don't know what it is though. So I'm wondering if he's going to be, is he going to admit to it? And I'm really curious how he has their public information from the Annie and Tommaso cell phone. That's not a coincidence to me. You just don't pull that up for anybody. So it's an interesting scenario to discuss.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll do it another time because this is really not a good way of doing it when it's echoing. And I
It's
wanted to make
annoying,
a
I
good
know.
impression, especially for my new channel. This is not what I wanted.
Well, that's okay. You know, every day's learning,
It
and
is.
tomorrow's a new day. We'll put the link in the chat.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Damien, for your support. I appreciate
Yep.
it. God bless
Have a
you.
good
And
night.
God bless the channel.
Thank you so much for your support.
Always. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, she's got 800 subscribers. She should be at 1,000 soon. I hope it's the right channel. Yep. So here's her channel. She tried to come in, a little bit of technical difficulties. There's her channel. All right, so we are going to do our ending songs here. If you guys tomorrow, happy Father's Day to all the fathers in your life. And we are going to do the song. Which one? That's what we were trying to figure out. Which one? We're going to do 2 songs as we're saying bye here. Are You Still Somewhere? That one? Or should we do the Know Your Rights or Last Camera Standing? Let's see what the chat says. Yeah, she had the echo. She had the echo. Thank you, Caroline. Happy Father's Day to every fathers, all the fathers in your life. Monks is wrong. I haven't seen Monk's new video. But shout out to Monk. All right, I'm just going to pick the one then. I'm just going to pick it.
"84 years of birthdays and memories, a house that still waits with a porch light on. The sirens faded, the headlines drifted, but the questions never really left at all. At first the road was lined with satellite trucks, microphones pointed toward the pain. Everybody wanted the story, till a newer tragedy stole the frame. The flowers wilted by the mailbox, the news vans disappeared one by one. But somewhere out there answers are hiding, and she's still somebody's mom. 'Cause she's still missing tonight, still somebody's whole world gone. Still an empty chair at supper, still a prayer before the dawn. The cameras packed up and moved on, like the story had reached its end. But a few lights stayed burning on that road, when everyone else gave in, and the last camera standing wasn't there for ratings or fame, just trying to keep a name from becoming another face the world forgot to say. Some neighbors said they wish they'd leave, said the traffic wasn't welcome there, said they wanted their quiet back again, like silence somehow meant they cared. But I wonder if they realize what still walks free beneath the sky. If someone took her from that neighborhood, wouldn't more eyes make you feel alright? Would Wouldn't you sleep a little safer, knowing people still looked around? 'Cause whoever knows what happened still hasn't been found. She's still missing tonight. Still somebody's whole world gone. Still an empty chair at supper. Still a prayer before the dawn. The cameras packed up and moved on, like the story had reached its end. But a few lights stayed burning on that road when everyone else gave in, and the last camera standing wasn't there for ratings or fame. Just trying to keep a name from becoming another face the world forgot to say. What if he was your mother? What if he was your friend? Would you ask the searchers to go home before the story reached its end? What if the truth is waiting just beyond one missing clue? Every day she's still not found. Should matter to me and you. She's still missing tonight, and somebody still cries her name. Still staring down that driveway, hoping she'll come home someday. Most of the world kept turning, most of the headlines moved along, but the ones who stayed kept asking the questions that still belong. And the last camera standing kept shining through the dark, till the voices wanting quiet left their own enduring mark. Now the road is mostly empty, and the questions still remain. An 84-year-old woman vanished, and no one's explained a thing until she's found, until there's truth, until the silence finally breaks. The road went quiet long ago. She's still missing tonight.
All right, everybody. I hope you sleep good. I will talk with you guys tomorrow. Hope you enjoy your Father's Day with all the amazing father people in your life. There's all kinds of fathers, but mainly thank you to all the people that came by tonight. Lots of hearts, just positive, just keeping the hope, the care, but we're also a community looking out for each other. Everybody, thank you for hitting the the sharing it out, but the super chats, thank you guys. We're gonna do one more song, and then it will sign off, and it will take you to the new stream, the overnight stream, if you want to go chat in there with all the cool people who go to the after party in the scanner. The after party on YouTube is in the scanner. It's hilarious. So if you do want to do that, that'll take you automatically in there. So we're gonna end this with one more song as we close out the night. Just gotta find it. Well, let's do this one. Where did it go? I guess it's up here. Yeah, this one's good. 3 minutes and 58 seconds as we say bye. This is called Bring Them Home. A song she wrote for the missing. Thank you guys all having the hearts. So as we're signing out and you're listening, put the hearts in the chat. Go ahead and also make a comment after the video too, just so other people can start seeing the video. But other than that, again, thank you guys for just bringing the positive energy. I feel the positive energy coming from the chat always. So everyone who became a member, but here we go. This is the last song, and then it will take you to the new stream. Good night, everybody. Sleep good and peace and love. I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace.
There's a picture on the dresser, dust along the frame. A smile that never faded, but nothing's been the same. A jacket by the doorway, still hanging like before. Like any day now, you walk right through that door. Every unanswered question, every sleepless night turns into a fire. We're holding to the light. Bring them home, wherever they may be. Through the miles, through the mystery, let them feel they're not alone. Hear our voices, hear our hope. Every heart, every soul, we won't stop until we bring them home. We light candles in the window, let the whole world see. Your name is never silenced, you're still family. On posters in the city, on corners, on the walls, every face a story, every name a call. We won't stop believing, we won't let it fade. Love is louder than the fear we face. Bring them home, wherever they may be. Through the miles, through the mystery, let them feel they're not alone. Hear our voices, hear our hope. Every heart, every soul, we won't stop until we bring them home. If you can hear us, hold on tight. Through every shadow, through every night, there's 1,000 hearts that won't let go. 1,000 lights in the dark that glow. You are missed, you are known. We won't stop until we bring them home. We won't stop, we won't stop, we won't stop until we bring them home. Bring them home, let the whole world see. Through the dark, through the distance, we believe they are never alone. Hear our voices, feel our hope. Every heart, every soul, we won't stop until we bring them home. We won't stop until